Good Animorning!
Good Animorning!
Hello!
Hello.
It's so nice to be back.
Let us know if we're coming through loud and clear.
Yes.
Can you hear us?
Yo yo, Animated Moon, Rolando, Jabupi and Noah. How are
Hello.
you guys? Hello.
It's been 2 weeks!
It's been more than 2 weeks. It's been 16 days.
It's been... oh, that is more.
It was great. Japan was amazing.
Almost a cat. Yeah, it was really exciting.
It was so cool. I wish that we could just stay there and do the animated mornings from there.
Yeah, it would have been cool. Although at 7 AM we were usually either asleep or grabbing as much free breakfast as we could.
Yeah, that's true. How have you guys been for the past 2 weeks? Did we meet Miyazaki? No, I kept my eyes open for him all the time though. If
Maybe
I'd met him, I'd totally have like gone up to him and fanned out at him and received disapproval.
I can see that happening. You did see some of, I think some of the original Ghibli work though.
Yeah, we went to the Ghibli Museum and they had Miyazaki's actual sketches on the wall. You could touch them with your hands. You could actually touch... I didn't. I was too scared.
Ill-advised, but you could.
I was too scared to touch them. But they were there. It was amazing. It was so amazing to see. They'd reconstructed how the animators worked and how the colorists worked and everything, so they had their workspaces set up.
I really like the setup in the Ghibli Museum. They thought through, like... I found that with everything that we kind of visited, the attention to presentation is really, really nice over there.
You okay there, Mike? You seem to have knocked everything over.
Presentation! My phone must have fallen through the gap.
Oh no.
Yeah. Please don't be dead.
Oh Noah, good luck with your resume. How's it going? Oh hey, ba 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 ba. We're good. We're really good. Japan was amazing. It's really nice to be back though. How's everyone's projects?
Steiny says that he has finished his Demon of Lines. I think, if you recall, he was drawing his kind of fear character from the story.
Yeah. I do remember. That's awesome. Congratulations. That must have been a lot of hard work.
So I haven't drawn with a tablet in a while.
I'm so happy to be back at my Cintiq. I love you, Cintiq. I'll never leave you again. It has actually been a while. Like, we did the Animornings while I was working the week before we left. But when I was working, I was using a tablet the entire time.
I'm going to drop a link into the Discord.
Oh, you planned most of the plot to Nightlight. That's awesome. The story is the hardest part, as far as I'm concerned. So that's great. 50 post-it notes on your wall detailing it. That's really cool. I was saying to Mike actually just before the stream that some of the things that I've seen recently, such as series and some games I've played, remind me that it doesn't necessarily matter if something's perfect. Hello, phone. Just having it finished and good is enough. You know, it doesn't necessarily matter if something is exactly the way that you saw it being in your head. It will resonate with people if you just follow your gut, believe in yourself, and keep going even though it's tough. Just getting something finished is a really big step.
Yeah. There's what, there's a like paralysis and perfection can happen and
yeah, perfection is a killer.
Yeah. Oh, Sir Patrick. Hello, Patrick.
Oh, hey, Patrick! We're back! As of yesterday night? I forget. What is time? But we're back! And we're alive, and Japan's amazing. We missed you too, Orlando. We missed this so much.
I did. I told you about Patrick's scheduled arrival time, didn't I?
No?
Remember Patrick said he was wanting to come over to Ireland.
Oh, you did!
I did.
Yes, you did tell me. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm looking forward to it. It's amazing.
It gives us
time to panic.
Time to research
Your
good
likes and
places to go
dislikes.
to.
I'm just being weird, sorry.
What did you say?
I said it gives us time to research his likes and dislikes.
Irish Animator Meetup sounds good.
Yeah. That sounds great. It's great too to have a reason to meet up because a lot of the time, even though we all live in Ireland, the kind of Irish crew don't meet up together all that often because everyone's always working. So having some kind of event or someone coming over is really helpful because it gets us all out of our holes and into the daylight so we can meet up with each other.
Um,
4 months is a long time. It's long enough for us to find a place. We're going to try and get people together before Christmas for a meet-up too though. This is my quest, my current quest, is get all the Irish animators together for a meet-up before Christmas. Because
Oh, cool.
a lot of people seem to know of each other through other people, but haven't actually met each other.
Yeah, it's like Twitter is a glue that binds a lot of people together that haven't actually met. I almost met Kim from Cartoon Saloon at the Grumps thing.
Yeah, we almost caught her, but she had to go early.
Yeah. But she was going to Yamamori beforehand, and I was like, noodles. But
That sounds great, Patrick.
that is cool. Yeah.
It's cool that you're here for a while. It'd be nice to meet Kay as well. If she's up for it.
Dublin's a pretty, sorry, I was going to say Dublin Airport is pretty easy to navigate.
Yeah, it is. It's super easy. Dublin's pretty easy too once you know your way around. Which doesn't take long because it's not massive. I think the Book of Kells is worth seeing for the library at the end.
Yeah.
But I'll see if I can figure out some things to recommend you guys do when you're here. Me and Mike are useless though. The only time that we actually go out and see stuff is when other people come over to visit and we're like, we should probably figure out what there is that we should all do together.
Yeah, it's like, what would you recommend? It's like, I think it's different when you go somewhere and it's not as a tourist, because you tend to just go to the things that you need to do, and then people come over for a short period of time and they try and cram everything. So we've never had we've never visited Dublin. We've just lived in it so far.
There's a pretty cool bar called the Liquor Rooms though, and they play swing hop.
Has a bear
all the
in
time. Yeah, it has a bear, a stuffed bear. It would be cool to go to the Longstone Inn, which is a pub that has like suits of armour, and it has this amazing fireplace with the Man of the Woods carved into it and everything, but I think that's actually being demolished at some point soon.
What's being demolished?
The Longstone pub.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that place is awesome. Haven't been in it once.
Oh, Rolando, that's really sweet. Texas sounds like my kind of town, Patrick.
Texas, the town, huh?
Oh, Patrick, I haven't checked the Night of the Light table for a couple of days. Just because things have been like crazy with us getting back.
I think I know what jet lag is now.
Yeah. It's always surprisingly difficult to do the things that you plan to do in terms of I wanted to do more animation and stuff while I was there when you're travelling with other people, because you want to make sure you spend time with them and also make sure you're not holding them up all the time. So a lot of the plans I had to do stuff kind of had to go by the wayside. But I'm super motivated now that I'm back, which is cool.
Speaking of which, what you working on, Swifty?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do an animation of Rascal from Dragons and Places. I'd like to do a little animation of all the characters.
Cool. As a compilation or as like individual clips?
I'd like to be able to compile them at the end, but they will be like individual clips.
Sweet.
Probably, just to make it a bit easier.
Yeah.
Nice way to blow off some steam. Oh my god, guys, the books. The books I got in Japan. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. They have so many animation books in Japan. Oh my god. All my money. All my money is well, all the spending money we had pretty much. Books were the most expensive thing we bought. They're the reason our luggage was heavier on the way back, I think. They have these great series of books called Groundworks, and they are just books of frames. They are just frames. They are just the sequences from anime that you love, just printed in a book with the X sheets. Just a whole book.
Yeah, we spent a little bit of time searching for these things, only to discover them in like one of the last shops that we just happened to stumble into, but it was like low on the itinerary because we thought that it was mostly for figures, and then we kind of went in and it's like, oh no, this one's for books. Oh.
Yeah, there's a shop called Animate, and we kept going to these and looking for these books and couldn't find them anywhere. And then this shop called Mandarake, which is all second-hand stuff. Just at that point, I'd kind of given up on finding the books, and they just had everything. I could have spent hours and hours in there, because everything's in Japanese, so you have to pull out the books to look at the front and figure out what they are. But they had so much I wanted to buy, but probably couldn't because the books are £15 to £30 per book, and we didn't have a whole ton of money to go with. But I ended up getting Evangelion, the end of Evangelion groundworks, and I got Gurren Lagann groundworks. I got Mitsuo Iso's self-published book on his animation. I got all the storyboards of Kiki's Delivery Service. I got something else too, but I forget what it was.
It was Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, I got
The
Ghost in the
archive.
Shell
Yeah.
archives, which has frames in it, it has layouts, it has storyboards. It's like a treasure trove. It's incredible. Like, I look at it and just my jaw hits the floor at the kind of drawings in there. The draftsmanship is incredible. It's through the roof.
So yeah, I think that was in Shibuya, wasn't it? Mandarake.
Yeah, it was. It was in Shibuya.
Yeah, so if you happen to find yourself in Tokyo, and you happen to be in Shibuya, and you happen to want to see fucking a kick-ass store, look up Mandarake.
Yeah. Also, I just read Steiny, I'm so happy that you enjoyed the book. That's awesome. And yes, please, I'd love your feedback. At some point, I would really love when you have the time. Please do hit me with it. Let's see.
There is another Mandarake in Akihabara, but I preferred the Shibuya store. In terms of feel and layout, it's so cool.
It has a little bit more room, I think, to look at stuff.
Yeah, and the outside of it is like, how to describe? It was like pipes and steampunk stuff built into the side of the building, and then literally like it just opened into a stairwell, and and before we were about to go down, someone else had come out, and they must have like recognized that we speak English, and they just went, so much stuff, and then kind of walked off in a kind of happy glazed eye kind of feel, and we were like, okay.
Oh, okay. And they were right.
Yeah. Hey Fuzzy. It goes good. So yeah, I think it's India's plan to coerce anyone that she knows that's going to Tokyo on a kind of 6 to 8 month basis of like, oh, are you gonna go to Tokyo? Can you pick me up a book?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, maybe I should treat myself. Every 6 months I get one of the Groundworks books because they're incredibly expensive to order over here. Oh, Steiny, I guess my preferred method is always wall of text because it limits the amount that I can make a fool of myself, which I tend to do on voice chat. But I'm up for either. like feedback is so appreciated, especially now that I'm like working on book 2.
Sounds good, Patrick.
Oh, that's awesome, Patrick. Not that it's awesome that you're hitting a wall, but that's awesome because I was really hoping that I could like start today working on it, like really hit it now that I'm back. So it's great that there's stuff that, you know, we can possibly help with. Yeah, I'm all Nightwolf up till Christmas now. I'm planning to pretty much be able to be working on it full time, if possible, so. Please, like, feel free to hit us up in the Nightwolf chat. I forget what to call them. Are they rooms? They're rooms, aren't they? They're not forums. I always want to say forum.
Oh, what, in the Discord?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it's a room, yeah.
I always want to say forum. I'm like, hit us up in the forum!
That's because you're old school, Swifty.
I am. I got some sweet, like, steampunkish clothes. All I want to do is, like, dress like an orphan from the Victorian period. That's all I want.
I really like the loose fitting pants you got.
Yeah, they're cool. I got some awesome sort of tweed pants that are kind of like MC Hammer style, but are also tweed 3/4 cut-offs. They're pretty sweet. So I'm just trying to get my keys down at the minute to see if they're going to work together or not.
Nanny?
Nanny meaning what?
Yep.
We still don't know Japanese, but at least we know a few phrases now that were helpful when we're over there.
One of my favorite moments in terms of like using and learning Japanese, because I called it, was we looked up how to ask how much is this, and then I said to India, like, you know, before you use this you're going to need to know how to know Japanese numbers so you know what they say. And then there was a point where she was like, "Ikara desu ka?" And the person answered in Japanese, and they just did kind of
And I was just like,
huh? And then they just pretty much just like held up their fingers to show the amount.
Yeah. That's a useful one though. Ikara desu ka?
Ikara desu ka? I don't think I'm pronouncing it properly, but yeah.
I don't know if I am either.
She understood.
Yeah, she seemed to. We're using Google Translate app, which has like phrases said in a voice to you, so you can hear how to pronounce it. The only problem being that we all know that even when computers try to pronounce English words, when they put it into a sentence, it still sounds really strange.
The other phrase that India got to practice was pretty good too. Do you remember what it was?
The other phrase I got to practice?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the long one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There's no chance. Do you remember it?
Which one are you thinking of?
Oh, which one are you thinking of?
I'm thinking of the one that involved the camera.
Yeah, that's what I think. Do you remember it?
No.
Because I don't. I think it was Watatashi no Shinsaiwa. I've forgotten what it is. It was long. It was basically, can I take a picture of your dog? It's a very important phrase to learn in Japan. Is it okay if I take a picture of your dog? I used that a fair amount. I like learned it to be able to ask people, but I have now forgotten it because I didn't use it for the past week or so.
Yeah. Not since the Doggozine thing finished.
Deeper is known in Gaelic. Only what we hear on the bus. No, not at all. But we have friends who do. Friends who are Irish and studied it when they were in school. I did learn something interesting though. So when I was working with Sean the week before he went to Japan, his friend who works at the company is called Porrick, and Porrick is how you say Patrick in Irish.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because there's not really a the sounds that we usually use in English in Irish, so they've substituted certain sounds.
That's cool.
Yeah, so Porrick is their translation of Patrick.
So is Patrick maybe a translation of that? Is it an Irish name? Patrick might know.
Yeah, I'm not completely sure. I should ask Porrick more about it. Because Porrick's extremely into languages, like he really enjoys talking about them.
I think we should try and get Patrick and Porrick together.
Oh, I think so too. Porrick's super cool. He's really nice and he's like a wealth of just knowledge and all this really interesting stuff.
He was showing me the Hobbit. I think it was maybe an illustrated novel that he really liked.
Sorry, Mike, can you repeat that? I was reading in the chat.
Porrick showed me an illustrated version. I think it might have been a comic of the Hobbit that he really liked as a kid. That was super cool.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah. He was saying that North reminded him of it.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. You should show me sometime. That'd be cool.
I'll try.
So how do you pronounce that, by the way, Patrick? Is it pronounced as it's written, Padraig? Or am I making a fool of myself?
My guess is it's not quite as
Yeah, I also suspect.
straightforward. When something happens, tell them I said hi.
Okay, see you, Jabupi. Thank you for tuning in.
It's pronounced like that might be the spelling for Patrick.
Oh, okay. So you're almost called Porrick.
Oh, I'm saying it wrong.
Yeah, it's so interesting like that some sounds just aren't sort of translatable between languages. So there are kind of alternative pronunciations that spawn from that. so just trying to figure out what Rascal's costume is. So this seems to come over here. It exposes the midriff, so it's supposed to be more like this. That's, maybe I should just get where her midriff will be first and then figure it out.
So you know it.
I'll see you, Noah. More fighting next time.
I'm trying to remember the drawing reference site that Aline suggested.
The drawing reference site.
Mm-hmm.
I've got no clue, sorry.
Also, I ain't leaving, damn it. Sorry. All I seen was, see you next time.
I was just copying my colours.
Oh, you were saying goodbye to Djibouti. I get it.
That makes sense, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for anatomy and stuff. Rabbit. I got one though. It was just a particular one. I'm gonna do some gestures, I think, because I was trying to do a proper one, and I was just kind of struggling to get the flow.
If you guys can hear the music too, music is courtesy of Mike's suggestion.
Thanks.
I'm quite enjoying it.
Yeah, it's got a good vibe.
It's easy to kind of tune out and focus on the art.
I'm listening to it over here, maybe slightly in advance of you guys.
Yeah, probably. This one's remind me a little bit of Hotel California. I think it's using some of the same chords.
Oh, okay.
You recommend Portobello Head? That sounds pretty cool. Oh, I'm excited because Battle Chef Brigade, which is a game which I backed ages ago, 4 years ago I think, is actually coming out super soon.
Oh.
So that's exciting. It's coming out, I think, the 20th of this month.
That's super soon. That's cool. I remember seeing the kind of initial pitch animation for that. Getting exciting. Getting excited.
Mm-hmm. I'm down with Trivia Games.
Patrick is asking you a question.
Oh! Oh yeah, sure thing. That'd be really cool. I'm up for that for sure. Also, hey Claire! It's been a really long time. How are you? Would we we'd drop into a Discord, I guess.
Yeah.
I better make sure that the music, I might just pause it because I'll need to turn up the desktop audio. so that you can hear Patrick properly.
Yeah, you'll need to rebalance that.
Cool, let me just get this. Will you be able to hear him too, Mike?
I'll jump in and mute myself.
You're seeing the doggo pictures. In fact, I could show you the doggo pictures.
You can. Oh, you can see the photographs, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. But not.
Not the art from the photographs. Look at this doggo we found. Photographs taken in Japan of people's dogs. Look at him, he's awesome. He's got a little backpack. These two guys. This guy. This guy.
I remember him.
Yeah, you do. He was the first one we saw.
He's so cool.
He's awesome.
Look at him accessorizing.
Yeah, he's got his Halloween, he's got his little Japanese flags and his antlers. Anywho, yes. That totally rhymes.
If you jump in, I'll jump in.
Okay. Hello?
You will need to unmute yourself.
Oh no. Like this. Hello?
There we go.
Hello! Can everyone
Those
hear?
puppers.
I know, aren't they adorable?
The puppers. They're
I
so
love them.
cute.
I love
Do you
them
see a
so
lot of
much.
big dogs in Japan?
There were a couple. I think they're on my phone camera, but there are a couple of really big ones. You know, the ones with kind of long faces, very long, narrow faces.
Mm-hmm.
We saw a Lassie type dog.
Ooh.
A greyhound-ish type dog. Not a greyhound. What's the kind of racing dog type one?
Greyhound?
I think it might. It might have been a greyhound. I said greyhound and then I doubted myself.
It was probably a greyhound.
I'm just at the studio tonight doing some board work.
That's cool.
I
How's
had
it
some
going?
last minute edits, so I'm staying late.
Oh.
How's it going?
It's going fine. I'm actually making some good progress on it.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay. I think that's what you're
And
following
all
with.
that. Looks like a lot of people are very interested in that Japan trip.
Yeah, it was amazing. We've never been somewhere sort of so far away before.
Yeah, it's it'll be the same thing for me in Ireland.
Yeah?
'Cause, you know, I mean, unless I'm going to Canada or Mexico, everything's far away.
Yeah.
Think you might need to turn the volume up on Patrick for people to hear.
Oh. Do you want me to get the microphone closer to my mouth?
Not for you. I think maybe because India and I are in a Skype call, all her audio will be suppressed a little bit, so you might need to turn him up.
Okay. I think it should be about balanced now. I think I had him too loud to begin with.
Okay.
So finicky sometimes.
Yeah.
You are talking a little quieter though, I think, because you might
All right.
be in this.
I can. Here, I will project my voice.
I'm just. It's okay.
I think that's about right though. I think I've got it.
Yay.
Yes.
And all that. But yeah, I am excited about the trip.
That's awesome. We're excited for you to come over. We'll have to show you all the amazing things of Ireland.
all that beautiful sunny weather.
Yeah, all the leprechauns.
Oh Jesus.
We did get off the plane immediately to rain, which was
I did have a friend who took a trip to Ireland, and he texted me a photo of him in line for the airport, and he was holding one of the lapels of his jacket open, and he was like smuggling in a box of Lucky Charms.
Nice. Maybe Lucky Charms. We went to a leprechaun museum that's here, and it was.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's kind of rubbish.
Oh no, because like the actual lore and like mythology behind them is a lot darker than people think.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like the stories, that part was pretty cool. Probably the best part of it is there's a massive room that's made in sort of giant scale. So
Fizzy says we can go for tea and biscuits and tiny biscuits.
Exactly. Oh, we can. There's a place called the Tea Rooms, and they basically just do tea, but you get these all silver floors.
There is something I've always wanted to try, and we don't have them in the States.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try a Jaffa cake.
Yeah.
You don't have them in the States.
No.
Oh my god. They're like
can't even get them imported.
That's crazy.
Why is there a ban on Jaffa cakes?
I don't know if it's a ban. I just don't know if there's enough demand. People don't know what it is nor ask for it.
They're the best. They're amazing.
That's what I hear. Everyone like raves about them, and like I used to watch the Yogscast a lot.
So nice.
And they would just, Simon would go on and on about it. And I'm like, they sound so delicious.
Yeah.
And I talk to anyone who has them, and they're like, yeah, they're amazing. So
we're gonna get you the biggest box of Jaffa cakes.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to smuggle it back on the airplane. I'll have to like do an exchange. I'll bring some like Texas barbecue sauce or something.
Oh yeah. Yes, please. That'd be amazing.
And then put it on the Jaffa cake.
Oh god, that sounds horrific.
Yeah. It's interesting. You've got like the official sort of Jaffa cake branded one. I think it's maybe McVitie's or something. I forget. And they're slightly drier with a bit more biscuit, but then you also get the sort of knockoffs, which put in more of the kind of fruity gelatin stuff, and it's a thinner base, which I prefer. So you can sample a range.
Yeah. The best thing about Jaffa cakes is you can kind of eat them how you want. So I like to.
Can you dip them in tea?
Off. You can, but they kind of dissolve pretty quickly because they basically have a cake base.
Ah.
So the base gets soggy super fast.
I mean, that sounds fine to me.
Yeah. If you're okay with it, it's good.
Yeah.
I do that sometimes, so.
Well, like dunking donuts in coffee is like a big thing in the States.
I've never done that.
Yeah, like that's how you sweeten your coffee. You dunk donut in it.
Of course.
That's why.
That's why I've never liked coffee before. I just haven't had a donut to sweeten it with.
Yeah, or you can just be like some of my workmates and have coffee that basically looks like milk. You just put so much creamer in there.
That's pretty much how I have my coffee. It's like 90% milk.
A good roast is something special, I will say.
Yeah.
But yeah, is there any like things I should know about? Like, is there anything like that? I'm trying to think of like, is there any like do not do's type of thing that maybe I won't be aware of because I'm from the States?
Don't demonstrate a strong preference for Lyons or Barry's tea.
For what?
There's two brands of tea here. There's Lyons and Barry's that are very popular. But there's
really?
a rivalry between the two factions of people who like one or the other.
Don't take a side, Patrick.
Yeah.
All right. I can't. I haven't had either.
There you are then. That's perfect.
I hear a lot about it's easy to spot an American abroad.
Well, I don't know. I mean, only from the accents, as far as I know.
Oh, I thought from what I understand, it's because like, and this is mostly like I hear this mostly from like British people. I don't know about Irish or Scottish, but it's like, an American will like just say hi and start a conversation with a stranger, like in a friendly manner, in a way that's sometimes off-putting to other people.
Yeah, well, we don't tend to do that in England. We all just avoid eye contact with each other. So it's nice when people say hello, but it is
Fidzy says Lions.
Yeah. Oh no. See, there we are. It begins. Barry's.
Is it like berries as in like BERRIES, or is it like BARRY?
BARRY.
Okay, so it's like a dude's tea. It's like this is Barry's tea.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's generally that Lions is kind of the more upper class blend, and
Well, for
Barry
God's
is
sakes,
very...
it's basically it's called a sigil. For God's sakes.
Yeah, so
Only true lions can drink this tea.
exactly. You'll have to be the judge.
You have to have the proper breeding.
Yeah, exactly.
To
You
drink
can't
the tea.
appreciate it if you have common taste. So. Yeah, but other than that, one of the things I experienced when I first came to Ireland is I got on a bus and there was this guy, this older man, and he crossed himself. And it felt like he crossed himself at me when I got on the bus.
What do you mean crossed himself at you?
I mean, like, he did the kind of touch his forehead, touch the kind of centre of the chest, touch both shoulders.
Oh, you mean like the whole spectacles testicles thing?
What is that?
Was that
What?
when you do the cross, right? So you touch your head, spectacles, and you touch down there, his testicles, and then something and watch. What is it? Here, I'll find it. What is it? Spectacles.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah, spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch.
That's the first I've ever heard that, but that's great.
Likewise, but I love it.
It's that thing you do. You touch your head and then you make the cross symbol on your body.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. So people generally do it when, or as far as I knew, they generally do it when they're warding off evil. So
Oh, okay.
this guy kind of crossed himself at me on the bus, and I was like, "What? What? Did he think I'm a vampire or something?" And then later I learned that some people in Ireland, because it's still quite steeped in religion.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah, it's a very yeah. But people tend to do it when they cross bridges, like cross a body of water, or if they pass a church.
So, just to compound upon that, my this is gonna be like the most Irish name you're gonna hear, but my aunt Peggy O'Flynn.
Okay.
When she was first introduced to my mom, which my dad was planning to marry, the first thing she asked my dad was, "Is she a good Catholic girl?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a thing.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's generally like the slightly older generation.
Yeah, that's kind of what I understand as well. I will say, like, growing up Catholic, I got real tired of like weddings and stuff, and there's so many rituals.
Yeah, there are.
But
I'm trying to think of things to avoid. Don't sit on a disabled seat on a bus.
That's just everywhere.
That's just priority seating.
Well, yeah, I'm assuming it's labeled.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But only in Irish.
There's
I'm joking.
Well, there's a picture, I hope.
Yeah, there is. Don't worry, it's really obvious.
It's not just like a Gaelic phrase, and I'm gonna have to like
it's the
parse that one out.
I think that's just common sense, though, Mike.
Well, at least I suggested something, India.
Oh.
Okay, so don't pick a team on T.
Mm-hmm.
Don't sit in the handicap spot. That's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Should I bring my cowboy hat? No, I'm just kidding.
Always. I mean, always, right? It doesn't matter what you
And
do.
my American flag shorts.
Well, yes, definitely.
You can attempt to wear those. Sure.
Drape yourself in a cape of an American flag.
Here you go. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Donuts always go down well. They're like a new thing over here.
What? Wait, donuts are a new thing?
They're not new, but there's like donut shops that only sell donuts now.
It's like the donut craze is just happening now here.
Oh.
Donut
oh
shops
man, like we have elevated. We have a shop near here that does donut burgers.
Yeah, like you have evolved to the next level of donuts.
I don't know if evolved, maybe devolved is the proper word.
We went to a restaurant in Leeds that was American styled, and they were selling donut burgers there, and I got one, and I was very
perplexed.
It's very, very sweet.
Oh, really? So, like, the thing is, there's a right way and a wrong way to do it, and the wrong way is to actually have a really sweet donut. The proper way to do it is to have one that's very subtly sweet. It's not supposed to be super sweet. One, because you have meat and cheese on there. For God's sakes, what are you doing to yourself?
Yes.
Yep.
But yeah, so...
Oh, you guys are getting Krispy Kreme. Oh, that's dangerous.
Whoa, are we? Because so far we have like literally 4 or 5 different donut places that have opened in the past year around the Dublin city centre.
Most of them around the studio you worked in.
Yeah, they formed like some kind of summoning circle around us.
I heard, and this is from the Game Grumps tour, they were talking about it, Dan and Aaron were, and they were saying that of all the places they've gone to, Ireland, people were most open about their opinions.
Well, that's cool. About that, Irish people are known to be honest, at least.
You never have to wonder about what they're thinking.
Exactly, they'll just tell you, whether you want to hear it or not. But yeah, that's about all I can think of, but I'll tell you if I remember anything.
Yeah.
Irish taboos.
Well, we're gonna have a pretty big schedule. I haven't gotten a hotel yet, but I'm working on that. They all look pretty standard. I'm not seeing anything like egregious. Oh, we don't have toilets with bidets over here, so that's a thing.
What, you mean in Ireland?
Do you guys have those in Ireland?
Nope.
No, okay. So I don't have to worry about a surprise squirt of water.
No, not like Japan, which was amazing. And there's like a...
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Every day an adventure.
It's amazing. All the toilet seats are heated.
What?
Yeah, and there's like...
Oh my god, they're miles ahead of us.
I know. There's a bidet button, and you can select front or back. You can also adjust the temperature. And it plays like music or soothing water effects to you while you're peeing.
Oh my god.
She's not kidding.
I'll get one of those.
It's awesome.
So, okay. We did the adventure across the regions we were in, depending on, like, we went to lots of public toilets because we were just, like, walking and traveling everywhere. So every new public bathroom that we went into, you didn't know what you were going to get.
Oh, really?
That's
That's kind of scary, almost.
There was a range between pooping in the floor and...
super fancy.
It's almost like...
There's no middle ground.
They looked at, like, Western toilets.
And please deposit your feces here. Would you care for some more mimosa?
If only it were that polite.
It's like they looked at Western toilets and were like, oh, that's a good... Yeah, okay, we like that direction, but we're just going to go 1 step, 2 steps, maybe 3 steps further. And now you've got, like, a remote control that's either on the wall or, like, part of the toilet or, like...
Yeah, it was amazing. I loved it. I miss my heated toilet seats.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're like, they're gonna come home and it's like, India's put, like, water bottles on the toilet seat and, like, there's a squirt bottle next to the counter.
Don't you tempt me. Yeah, but there was, like, no middle ground. It was either, here is just a hole, bring your own toilet paper, or it was,
okay, well,
here's all the buttons.
You can have the toilet that's gonna update your Twitter feed, or you get the shithole.
Exactly.
Aptly named.
and no middle ground whatsoever.
Okay, I feel like I have to clarify on the defensive fact. There was never just a hole. It was usually some sort of ceramic porcelain trough where the water. It was like a little river.
It was a trough. It was just it was a hole, and there was a porcelain border.
I will say, like, I mean, I'm sure you guys had this for a while, but, like, in the States, every now and then there'll be a bar, and instead of, like, urinals, it'll just be, like, a trough.
Ah, yeah.
And, like, that's the most disgusting thing ever.
What?
You never seen
it's like a horse's trough, you know, like you see in the Wild West that the horses drink from, except it's just this long bench that a bunch of guys stand next to each other and piss into.
It's usually made of metal.
Oh yeah. Oh man. What I've seen is just urinals lined up. on a wall next to each other, which I always thought must be.
I mean, that's pretty common.
Like,
yeah, that's common. But like the trough is just like, just piss on this wall and we'll catch it at the bottom.
oh.
And those always smell the worst.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's...
Yeah.
I've used one of those once. I
guess you had no alternative.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah. But I guess you'd always choose the
Yeah.
cubicle, because why not?
But I don't know, like a shit trough sounds worse for me.
Oh yeah. Pretty much you squat and
Eh.
that's it. That's all there is to it.
There are actually like in the Western style toilets.
I'm a modern human being. Squatting is no longer in my schedule.
Yeah.
In the Western style toilets, they'll have information like do's and don'ts, and one of them is a picture of a person squatting by standing on the toilet, kind of seated toilet. Like, no, don't do this. And they're in every single Western cubicle. Like,
It's great. Does it just picture someone squatting on the toilet seat? Like facing backwards as well. Facing towards the wall, just squatting. It's like, do not do this. How to use a toilet. It's pretty great.
Fidzy asks if you're drawing Aaron's D&D character.
I am! Yes. I am. It's Rascal.
I think Rascal's the one that people voted I should draw next.
Yes.
I did a poll on Twitter.
I'm looking forward to seeing you draw Rascal.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what to do to kind of... Because like the freckled boobies is like a real big thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I kind of want to do like a more practical armor set.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what you do with
There you
her,
go.
because I've been loving the way you've interpreted the other one so far.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Whew. Trying to think. Okay, so when I get to Ireland, the things that my girlfriend needs to do, and I'm going to accompany her, she wants to check out some schools
Cool.
in Dublin, because apparently you guys have some amazing history schools.
Oh, cool.
She wants to check out some history museums, and then at some point I was going to go up to Kilkenny,
Mhm.
which is not too far from Dublin. It was like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, so go up to. I want to do a tour Cartoon Saloon, and then the animator meetup.
Yeah.
And that's about 5 things so far. So if we do one a day, that still leaves 2 days open.
Mm-hmm. Dunleary's a nice place to go if you have a spare day. It's just by the sea. They do nice
It's what?
ice cream. It's just by the sea.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's just a nice like day trip. that
Oh my
you
God,
will
Noah.
probably enjoy.
Yeah.
Botanical gardens are great. They're free and right next to us.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, other than the animator meetup, I just want to see you guys.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be so cool.
I'm gonna have to make sure I work out a little bit before I go up there, so I don't fit the bill of the typical fat American.
I'm sure you're trying to get healthier ourselves.
It's hard, man, when you work a desk job for this long.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's convenience food. and
Oh
it's
my
just-
God, which we have in spades over here.
Yeah, exactly.
I
you
can
know,
go get a donut burger. Like,
It's like 5 minutes
that's a
away.
horrible temptation to have
Yeah,
available to you at any moment.
exactly. It's the bad part of being an adult when you get to make your own decisions and you realise that you can have cake anytime you want.
Cake.
No one can stop you.
Yeah, I mean, like, from my understanding, maybe that's something I should do, is that I mean, this just comes from having, you know, British, Irish family members, is that, like, yeah, the cuisine isn't usually the talk of the town, but pastries,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, definitely. I think.
Folks know how to bake, man.
Yeah, it's not really an Irish thing, but Cornish pasties and stuff.
Oh, I love corn. I mean, like, that's actually a Michigan thing.
Is it? What?
Yeah, it's a traditional. Sometimes it's called Youper's Delight, and it's a tradition in Michigan because a lot of Michigan ancestry comes from Cornish and Finnish miners who came over for the copper mines.
Whoa.
And the wives would make them Cornish pasties, and they would heat them up over a candle on their shovel in the mine.
That's
and
amazing.
apparently, I don't know if it's a tradition where it's traditionally from, but in Michigan, if you want to have an authentic pasty, there's a little corner that's actually like sweet.
Oh, cool.
And you're supposed to eat that last, like a little dessert at the end of your meal. So it's like you'll have like you'll have like rutabaga and beef and all that kind of stuff, and most of it, and then the last little bit has got like apple pie.
That's amazing. I had no clue.
Yeah, I've got like 3 recipes for pasties on my cooking blog.
Oh man, I love the idea of that so much, of them heating it on their shovel with a candle.
Yeah.
That's.
And apparently you'd give like the like if you had any like leftover crust bits, because the kind of the edge crust was relatively thick. They would like throw it down the mine for whatever fairy folk or something. They're called like Tabernackers or something.
Yeah.
But that was like a tradition.
Oh, that's so cool. I love the idea of that. There's something really magical about that. I'm sure at the time it was pain, but to me now it sounds so.
It feels like the kind of thing that you would see in a Ghibli movie.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, that's cool. And then it's like, no, they actually did this.
Yes. Yeah, I love Cornish pasties. They're so good. Oh.
Yeah. It's like the world's first finger food.
Yeah. Exactly. And still the best.
Yeah, so I definitely want to try some like really good pastry. Maybe some fish and chips. Have it where it's good and proper.
Fish and chips is delicious.
What type is the average fish in fish and chips?
Haddock or cod.
Okay. Okay, so we have like I don't think I've had haddock, but I definitely had cod.
Yeah, like cod is the one you're kind of meant to have, I think, but some people use haddock because it's cheaper.
Yeah, it's a similarly kind of still white meat fish thing.
Yeah. So
Cod is the best though.
You'll find a lot of fish and chip shops use haddock in place of cod.
Okay.
But you'll probably be able to get some really nice fish and chips around Dundleary because it's by the ocean.
Ooh, okay.
Well, I think it's on the Irish Sea.
It's funny, most of my friends here like want me to do all like the typical stuff, go see like the Cliffs of Moher or like kiss the Blarney Stone or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want to see an animation studio.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
I don't want to put my lips on some nasty ass stone.
We did that.
We have
didn't
done
help.
this. It's the area around.
So how'd it taste?
So the area around Blarney Castle is like really nice, and you can go into sort of caves beneath the castle. They don't extend all that far, but it was kind of cool. But the actual kissing of the Blarney Stone is just a hassle. Like the best thing about that is you get to go.
It's a hassle.
Yeah. Like.
Why is it a hassle?
The best part about it is it's at the top of the castle, so you get the views and everything. But there's just this little old guy that's sitting next to the stone, and he pretty much is just like, okay, sit down, and you have to like sit down facing back in toward the castle, and then he'll like lean you over, and then you're almost like hanging upside down over the drop, and then you kiss the stone.
And he holds your legs so you don't fall over and die.
Yeah. There's
Is he just like,
in
it's a
caves and stuff
living?
below.
Yes. I thought it was pretty cool. But it's the kind of thing that we never would have done if Mike's mum hadn't been visiting and wanted to do all the tourist stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Like it takes about 3.5 hours to drive down there from Dublin.
Jesus.
The gardens are really nice.
That's about the length of the country, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Dublin's pretty north-ish, and I think it's near Cork, which is down south.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a fair bit away.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, I totally get you. Like when we went to Japan with our two friends, there was a lot of stuff we did, but the stuff that made me most excited was just going into the bookshop where there were animation books.
Yeah.
And just spending hours in there looking at the animation books. It'll be great though, when you go to Cartoon Saloon, there's a ton of amazing animators over there.
I want to shake all their hands.
Yeah, you should say hi to Anita Gorgon because she's one of my animation heroes. She's incredible.
Why do I know that name?
I may have shown you her stuff before, and you may just already know her, but not necessarily. She's neat, I think, on Tumblr. I don't know. Let me get up.
She's great.
A window with her stuff so you can see it. I've got my reference here.
Okay. She is the loveliest, says Fidzy.
Yeah, she's incredible. Her skill is just... Let me see if I can... So these are all hand-drawn on the computer.
Oh yeah, she's got does all these really amazing quadrupeds. Yeah,
she's incredible at animals.
I could learn a lot from her.
She's and her cleanup is so it's so clean. How?
Look, the penguins.
Yeah.
Ba-ding, 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 ba-ding.
So she's
the noise they make when they hop.
Oh
yeah, and there's that fire dude.
Yeah.
Very not Disney, but like old school 2D DreamWorks feel.
Yes.
Like Road to El Dorado, Stallion, Spirit of the Cimarron, that kind of stuff, which is good because that's all James Baxter stuff, and he's just godly.
Actually, DreamWorks 2D animation is my favorite 2D animation. I prefer it to Disney animation.
I like a lot of it. It's still, I think. So no, that was actually an actual cough. That wasn't a. I literally just breathed my own saliva there for.
This is great.
Yeah, no, I like a lot of their animation. It does fall into some of the tropes of Western animation, not story-wise, but story-wise, but the way the animation is done.
Yeah.
And I think if you could just push it a little bit, which I think Baxter of all people definitely has the ability to do.
Yeah, I agree. I just the dimensionality of it is crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean he's the master of volume control.
Yeah. Along with Sergio Pablo, who I also.
Yeah, Sergio stuff is the thing is Sergio stuff doesn't really squish that much. Sergio's is very solid. It never squishes or squashes beyond what it exactly needs to do, which is one of the reasons why it feels so natural.
Yeah.
That's a lovely drawing, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I really like that pose and that silhouette's super strong.
Oh,
look at them straights and curves.
Gotta get them curves.
It's funny, with the animation that I do now, especially the Powerhouse stuff, it's all so super high detail kind of stuff that I don't do a lot of straight up straights and curves. I do a lot of subtle curves within straights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is, it's fine, but there's an appeal to doing just straights and curves that I kind of miss.
Yeah, there's something really nice about how simple the character designs are.
Oh, simple character designs.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna reminisce on that.
Yeah, you can do a lot with them because
they're
just so simple that it's easy to bend the shapes around. That's one of the challenges. I think when I try and do some more complex robot animation that I'd really like to try. I'm going to come up against challenges there because I'm so used to animating organic shapes that trying to get that kind of organic feel into rigid armor is going to be interesting.
Armor's fun. I like doing armor.
Yeah.
India got some really cool footage while we were at Hakone, going up through like cable cars and stuff.
Nice.
It's where Evangelion is set.
Yeah.
So I got to see all the landscape that inspired the background artists on it.
That's awesome. Holy shit, I think I might be coming up on my last shot.
Congratulations!
I'm excited. I'm almost there. Oh, also in our Knights of the Light table group, there's 2 links. One is of a short that I added to the reference folder that does a fantastic job of kind of what I was trying to achieve with like the weird images moving into one another.
Yeah.
And then the other one is the latest render. So at your leisure, you guys may enjoy those.
Oh, awesome.
Thank you. That sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll check them out after the stream. That sounds awesome. Oh, I'm so happy to be back and have this one project on.
in the general tab of Knights, there's also a bunch of GIFs of Castlevania stuff I did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like lightning and fire. I'll be uploading those to Tumblr soon.
That is so cool.
I'm going to check those out soon.
Do you have any advice in regards to animating effects, just in terms of creating kind of memorable shapes and getting some character into it?
Yeah, boy. Effect stuff is interesting. Lightning's kind of the easiest. I think anyone can do lightning. Because lightning happens so fast that it's pretty much just kind of scribbling whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
There's some knowledge of making an appealing motion out of it, but a lot of it is, if it goes one way, the next drawing make it go the opposite, and then cut a couple drawings out to make it flicker, and hey, lightning. Fire is there's a shape to fire that's kind of hard to follow.
Oh, that's what because I saw that I think you posted something on Twitter with some of the fire you'd animated, and that's what struck me about it, is you controlled the shapes and gave it this character, and you created this kind of, there was something with the timing where you had chosen to overlap some fire super close to the camera at the very end of the shot.
Yeah, the fire, the way it was supposed to go is I wanted it to, because this is the part in episode 3 of season 1 when Sypha protects Trevor with the firewall. And so I wanted it to feel kind of like when you like light when you see those things in movies where they pour the gas and they light it on fire, and there's this kind of like, there's an initial trail of fire and then the actual plume that kind of follows.
Yeah.
So that was what I was going for. So that's why it kind of like starts off very thin, and then I have the yellow kind of following after it. Fire is, boy, how do I explain it? Because there's a lot going on in there. There's a lot of complex volume stuff, a lot of silhouette stuff, as far as like S and C curves for the most part, and kind of taking it to the next level. It's basically fire. Understanding the arcs of fire is the next level above like hair and cloth.
Yeah.
So you like when you learn, the first thing you learn is the seaweed experiment. You guys know this one?
Yeah.
Where it's like a seaweed that goes like left and right, and it shows you how it goes from an S curve to a C curve and all that kind of stuff. And then you move up from there and you do the imaginary balls going past a single strand.
Yeah.
Where like the spheres themselves are invisible, and sometimes people do it with a flag, but like you see how that reacts, and instead of like an S and C curve, you kind of see it. You see the shape get pulled upward, and then once that's finishing at the top, there's another shape that's going to pull on through it. This kind of negative space affecting the positive space. And then you move on to like hair, which beyond that also has a general mass to it. You know, like you look at Emilio's hair, and he's got that kind of like troll doll type of plume thing.
Yeah.
So when he jumps and stuff, the body of the hair, it's almost like there's a ball in there, right? It's like a ball that squashes and stretches, and that's got mass to it. And then you go into cloth, which has its own volume, but it also wraps around another three-dimensional shape. You know, it's like the sleeve wraps around the arm, so there's points when the sleeve isn't going S to C curve, it's just accordioning. You know, it's because his hand has the cloth gather up to it when he pulls it back or something.
Yeah.
And then you take all that and you put it into fire. And you take all that mass and following three-dimensional arcs and stuff, and you just kind of speed it up. And that's how you do like really well-tracked fire, I guess. Because you can, like, fire is also one of those ones where you don't have to do all this stuff I said. You can cheat fire pretty easily.
Yeah.
But like for some of those animations, there's one in the Knights chat you can see now of like a firewall that like splits. That one is really hard to do.
Yeah. How do you work out where the body of the fire is, like the main mass, because that shifts?
Yeah. So that's the thing, is like fire has extra levels of it. You have the silhouette of the fire. Is it exploding? Is it following? Is it just staying where it is? And then you have the volumes that are moving through it, right? And how do you represent those volumes? Well, you hint at them with either the highlights or the normal color of the fire. You know, so like the yellow in those fires is what I do to describe the volume.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the gist of. That's a summary on fire, I guess.
It's amazing. I'm just looking at the gifts now.
Oh yay!
Get
Also, hi Hardic.
Get one up. Is it okay?
It's the one just above the monsters tearing people apart.
Is it okay for me to put these on the stream?
Yeah, sure. They're gonna go up on Tumblr anyways.
Cool. I'm just gonna show people.
Yeah, these have all been approved by Studio, by my director, by everybody. So you are A-okay.
Oh man, that's so beautiful. I love that.
That one looks easier than it was.
It all looks easy when you do it well.
Like, because what's happening there is the fire, if you'll notice, the fire that comes up towards you, it's increasing in size, but it's also following this kind of arc, this perspective arc. And it starts off, the arc changes throughout the fire. The arc tilts towards the camera more as the fire progresses. And that was difficult.
Yeah, I can see it. You see the kind of circular warping it's following, getting, I don't know what you'd call it, shallower, just larger off camera.
And you can kind of see in the yellow there, that's what I'm using to describe the shape, right?
Yeah.
It all kind of has a, I don't know, like, a lot of it's kind of almost like a half acorn shape.
So you're kind of thinking about the silhouette when you're doing the darker part and then describing the forms inside the silhouette.
Yeah.
I think the thing which is hardest for me to grasp and to think about doing is like with this one is a really good example, I think, is where you decide to stop being realistic and start putting the character and the style into it, because there's got to be a certain realism there that you're following to make it convincing, but your fire effects have so much character and really controlled timing to them to get the effect you want.
Yeah, that's fun. Controlling the timing is a blast.
Haha.
Oh Jesus! I didn't realize I did that.
Whatever.
Controlling the timing of fire is a blast. Patrick Standard 2017.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're familiar with like trying to get appeal in your art, and you can do that with fire too, because there's a texture to it. the yellow and the orange create a texture, so it's about making sure that it's not even throughout and stuff like that. And you can equate that to how hot the fire is. If there's an initial explosion that it kind of dies down, do you want to have the yellow kind of flare out and then die down, things like that. So, and this one is I think a pretty good example of me like attempting to put appeal into the texture of my fire.
Yeah.
You know, even things like at the very end when it creates the wall, I even like kind of break it up. You'll see some black kind of show through on the wall a little bit here and there, just to kind of add some variety.
Yeah, that's really nice. The thing which blew my mind the most probably was the bit at the very end when the fire close to the camera comes in.
That one's actually a symbol from a previous one that I popped in there because I felt like it needed to do something there.
That was you at the end of it saying it needs something else and adding that in.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's such a good decision. It just adds so much to have that fire going the opposite way, close to the camera.
It makes it feel more like it's enveloping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love that. It's great.
There's I think another one that was really fun is it's in there somewhere. I know it's the fire pillar.
Is it this one?
Yeah, it's like the skull turns into a giant fire pillar.
Oh, that's so cool.
That one was really fun.
And knowing you, I bet you animated the kind of pillar within the pillar on its own and then put the stuff around it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course you did.
That one's got a couple symbols in it, like the rings of fire going around it are basically one symbol that I've reused in multiple ways. No, I think it's two symbols actually. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's something about it's almost like when you're doing texture painting where after you understand the rules, you can kind of just feel it out. It's very much, especially like at the end of a fire thing, like when a tail of fire kind of needs to dissipate and you just need to make those sparks eventually disintegrate. It was a little bit like that on like when the skull was opening up and closing. I would have a section, I'd have the eye or the top of the eye or something, and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to follow this arc until it's done. Yeah. Because with fire, it's all moving so much in every different direction. You can just follow little bits of it at any point, and it'll be fine.
I love that anticipation you have there, just before the pillar.
They kind of like that kind of bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, you even have the pillar kind of... You have that multi-dimensionality starting with the fire, with the kind of darker part you have at the back.
Mm-hmm.
That you bring in on the anticipation. Yeah, I love the way it kind of goes down and then sucks itself back up.
Yeah. That's just something that I like to do, though. Like, I like weighty things that have impact. And so... because I like it, I put it in everything I have. Yeah. So it's just like, it's just one of those things I do just out of habit. So, yeah, even if it's an explosion, I'm like, I want it to kind of like build up and then go really fast. So almost all my animations go really slow, then really fast.
That's great, though, because that's texture, you know?
Yeah.
So getting that.
Some texture.
And this, just...
Couple of new people in the chat.
It's opening an imager.
Oh, hey. How you doing, Melon?
Melon and Reika.
Oh, hey, guys.
Yeah. Dude getting his arm sliced off there.
Yeah. Like, these movements, were these from reference?
Those weren't as referenced as you might think. Mm-hmm. It was my first, like, real, like, choreographed scene where I got to kind of choose how it played out. So that was nice. It's pretty standard. I look at it now and I think of all the other cool things I could do.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, it's all fantastic. The part where he blocks the spear, that's coming at him upwards from the second dude with his knife. Yeah,
that actually got, I don't know if I should say this. I wasn't as happy with the final cleanup version of that.
Yeah.
I felt like they lost some of the impact on it.
Oh man, that's a shame. Because it feels so good there. I love that. The way he readjusts his weight and the little stagger you have.
Yeah, that was fun.
So cool. I love
Lopping off arms. Everyone loses an arm in this sequence.
Yeah. And were you in charge of controlling the camera here?
Yeah, that's all in Toon Boom. So I will say when you export it, you cut out the camera movement, and then it's redone in After Effects.
So it's kind of like a guide for them to say, this is
Mhm.
the feel I want.
Yeah, so you do like an export file which has like a lot more information on there. The export file will have there's numbers flashing everywhere because every layer or something's got to have like circle the keys, triangle for rough guides, stuff like that, and then so there's like a bunch of X's on things where you don't if it's ambiguous and they don't know how to fill it, you put an X for an area that's not filled. So the export guide will not have a camera movement and have all this other information on it, and then you have this, which is like this is kind of what I'm going for.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, love it.
Yeah. And I did that really gruesome one of everyone getting ripped up to pieces.
Yeah, you did. I did put that up just so people can.
That one's pretty horrific.
Yeah. Get ready for spinning torsos.
I think that was like my first time using Toon Boom, so it's a little rough. Not.
Oh, it looks great though.
He froze on that one frame.
Ah.
You'll notice in this scene though, like I was so rushed that I didn't get to the blood effects, and they didn't put it in, so no one has any blood in this one shot,
Oh, no.
despite the fact that they're all getting like ripped in half.
Oh gosh, I thought they would they'd notice and be like, we should.
Oh, I mean, like when you're on a production like that tight, sometimes like.
Well, I'm sure it's probably just because the insides got filled with red anyway. It's not too noticeable, you know.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's actually noticed it except me.
That's great
So.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the timing is so nice. I love the way that you speed up and slow down things to get that texturing.
Yeah, you basically go from 3s to 1s and 1s to 3s.
Yeah.
And the bigger it is, the slower the slows, the quicker the quicks. It's like it's that old adage of like if it's heavy, the ups are slow and the downs are fast, and if it's light, the ups are fast and the downs are slow.
Huh.
And you just like if you see a balloon bouncing, it goes up really fast and then it floats down really slow. And you do a bowling ball and it comes down really fast, but then when it goes up, it's like, on 3s.
Yeah. That's great.
There you go. That's basic weight tips by Patrick.
Yeah, there you are, guys. It's
Slow ups, fast downs for something heavy, and opposite for something light. There you go. That's all. That's really all you need.
Yeah,
that's my entire animation career summed up.
That's everything I've learned.
But yeah, I mean, like if you look at like that robot shot from, what's it? Battle Chasers. Let's see if I can find it. There, Battle Chasers.
That's a great example of you getting this kind of flow and non-rigid feel into armor as well.
Armor, what now? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let me put it here. There you go. Oh, links don't work. I'll put it in the Discord general. Peg bar. That one there, the Sakuga shot. Like that's just slow ups, fast.
Slow ups, fast downs was that? I think you cut out just for a sec.
Yeah, slow ups, fast downs.
Here we go.
So tiny.
So tiny. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the up was so slow that added an extra motion in there.
Yeah. I don't know if it was you who did the really thick lines on this, but I really like this kind of style of cleanup.
Yeah, that was like a style choice. I mean, that was the cleanup department, not me.
Yeah, it looks super cool.
Yeah.
Something about it.
Yeah, like even the skeletons, like when they rush at them, you notice it's slow up real fast when they exit the screen.
Yeah.
And then more fire.
Yep, get that fire in there.
My flippin' forte at this point. I did not start out as an effects animator, and now it's like I'm like the main guy they come to.
It's great though, because I think it's such good practice for the timing of character animation.
It definitely teaches you timing, and
Sorry, you cut out for a sec.
Is he gone? No, he's not gone.
cute face.
Oh, thanks. I think we lost you for a sec. But
Oh no! Can you hear me? Hello.
I can hear you now.
That's
Okay.
Really cool.
I said, "How's this animation going?" And I said she has a cute face.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's going okay. I'm just doing some keys, seeing if they're working.
Yay,
Yeah.
keys!
I'm gonna try and deliberately do the thing that you mentioned, where you control the timing entirely through the drawings, rather than through shifting the frames around with this animation.
Okay. What is this in, like TV Paint or something?
This is in Krita, which is free animation software.
Ooh.
I just haven't used it properly yet, and I wanted to kind of give it a test.
Hey, do you, boo?
It's cool. It's really good so far.
I like that. I mean, I've never used a raster animation program.
Hmm.
I've always been kind of interested because I prefer to draw in raster.
Yeah. Like the brushes. Haha. I'm such a derp. I put the hand guard above the hand. Like. The
Oh my
most
god, did
useful
you
thing.
really?
Yeah, I did. She's holding the blade. Let's just fix that. That's how swords work.
tough I am.
I know how swords work.
Yeah.
Hey, you went to a sword demonstration where that is possible, as long as you don't, your
Yeah.
grip doesn't slip.
Yeah, as long
Yeah,
as you don't.
it's called half-handing.
There you go. It's deliberate.
Rolando says Rasta animation.
Yeah, the brushes are really nice in Krita and in a few other of the rasterized animation programs I've used.
Ooh.
So I really enjoy the brushes. What do you call it that? Because Toon Boom's brushes, I don't really like them too much, to be honest.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I find there's a lot of difference between what I draw in the preview mode and how it looks in the render mode.
Okay.
And I don't like that I can't control that.
Yeah. And I'm super eager to see what you guys think of the latest render. It goes up until the guitar sequence.
Oh, cool.
That's where it stops.
You've done loads. That's awesome.
I've done a bit. I actually didn't get to get as much done as I wanted because last weekend, Storyboard Pro, my subscription expired,
Yeah.
and I attempted to do the try it for 24 days just to like buy some time before I could get it re-upped, and that part of the website was down.
Oh no, no.
So I was just like, oh well, I guess I'll go home then.
Oh, that sucks.
I tried to animate some stuff in Adobe Animate and then see if I could like just replicate it later just so I could get some concepts out. But then like Adobe Animate crashed on me twice that day.
It wasn't a good day.
It was not a good day. So just went home that day and I sent Dan an email. Be like, don't worry, I'll get you guys a render. Sorry.
Oh yeah, that sucks. I'm sure they understand they must deal with that kind of stuff all the time.
Oh yeah. I mean, they sent us payment, so I assume they understand.
Yay! And that's
Which
awesome.
I guess that
Thanks.
I just realized that's kind of cat out of the bag. So yes, it's Dan.
Oh man, oh. I didn't even. I was so used to talking about it with you.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't
yeah.
think they mind, but I'll just not say what it's about.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, no, they're super nice guys. But yeah, I'm excited. I think the part that I hit a wall on, I actually ended up actually ended up doing. It's I'm not super happy with it, I guess. I like the concept. It's not. I don't know if it fits the music. I feel like it might be reiterating some ideas that I've already stated in the other part of the short. So.
Yeah, but that's cool that you've hit something with it, because then at least there's something to work with.
Yeah, I mean, at least you guys can look at it.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I'm gonna continue obviously next weekend. Gonna try to get more done on it. Once I hear what you guys think, I'm gonna be more than happy to just put the file up and let you do stuff.
Cool.
Because yeah, I think we're getting to the part now where it's like it's gonna be, we'll do punch up, and then we'll start doing layout keys, and then we can start passing out animation.
Yee.
And then once we get it broken down, we'll get a second payment.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we bring it to After Effects, we'll get our third payment.
That's awesome.
Cool.
I'm really excited about doing some board punch up, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, so am I. Like, the best shots so far have been your guys' stuff.
That's not true, but thank you. I'm glad that we're at least being helpful.
The glass scene, like where it zooms into the glass and like they're like going through like the sewer and stuff.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was your idea though.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was. You were saying that it'd be great to. I think I was saying the one about zooming into the glass and having someone being pulled out of the water, and you were like, oh, it'd be great to have them wading through the sewers, and that was such a cool idea.
Yeah. Also, Tibbs here.
Tibbs!
Hey, Tibbs!
I saw the message while I was waiting for a gap to go. Tibbs! Tibbs says India and Doig got cat.
I'm gonna go grab a Diet Coke. I'll be right back.
Cool.
Grab it.
Tibbs, how are you? Also, Doigle truly is a Doigle cat because he went to Japan and found this amazing, like, bear poncho thing. At least we thought it was a bear, but we got it home and realised we'd picked up the lion.
It's a bear.
One. The lion one instead, so he's currently got the head of a lion.
It's a bear.
As a hood and like this furry poncho. It's amazing. Yeah, it's a bear. We're not mentioning that it's a lion. It's a bear. It's basically a bear. Looks like a bear.
It's a bear.
Hardik! How are you? And what is your question? Oh, Rolando, as in Dan Avidan of Game Grumps.
How in the world do you mistake a lion for a bear? We didn't read the packaging.
No.
I think it looked like a bear. We picked up what we thought was a bear.
There was a mannequin wearing the bear, and we picked up the thing next to the mannequin wearing the bear, and all we could see was fur, so it looked like a bear, and then we got home and realised that the package said lion.
I think the one on the mannequin was a lion as well, but...
Maybe so.
I'm back.
Hello!
Hello.
Yeah.
How's the duck friend? Asks Fidzy.
He's good.
Is he a friend or is he like more of a dark overlord at this point?
I think he's a dark overlord.
There was a point where we were watching episodes on the laptop, and I had put the duck on the table behind the laptop, so when I flipped the laptop up, he was just kind of peering out from the side. So I go to sit back, and then he was just like, "Your duck is super creepy."
Because it's just like, when I look over, this in the shadows behind the laptop, just this eye coming out from behind the laptop.
Hang on, I'm gonna see.
Can you just have like, can you make a book of pictures of him and just call it Duck Pics?
Probably.
And like the cover can be like it'll be like an SMS message back and forth, and it's like, do you want to see my duck?
That was one of the jokes that came up, which was just like, whip your duck out. No, don't whip your duck out. Oh, come on, it's a great time to whip your duck out.
I'm gonna quack.
Yeah. Just keeps taking his duck work out in public and taking pictures of it.
Michael.
Michael, stop it. Is it the
It's
time
so
or
much
place?
fun.
Put the book away.
Oh my god. He's special.
He is.
I did take a picture of that creepy laptop moment, so I'm gonna put that in Discord.
Oh. Creepy laptop moment.
Yeah, the one with the duck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
And then
one.
he was just like on the table in the shadows, half illuminated by the TV when we were going to sleep. So that was pretty scary too. So I'm fairly sure he has an agenda.
It should be there.
So what's this motion that Rascal is going to be doing?
She's gonna swing her sword down, and the camera is gonna pan around her as she does.
Ooh.
And I'm
This
gonna
is-
try and end up more of a long shot of her facing away from the camera. With
Sounds complex.
yeah, I'm just trying to get some nice, more kind of anime type action stuff.
Oh, that stuff's not easy, man.
Yeah, I know, but I've got to practice it somehow, right? So
Yeah. It's a shame I'm so busy. One of the things I've always wanted to do is, you know, like that anime fight sequence, but I wanted to do it where it was like everyone like represents themselves as an animated character.
yeah,
So it's like animators versus animators fighting, and like so each person handles the shot of their character fighting.
oh, that'd be so cool because we
Yeah.
all learn so much from just working with each other and seeing what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, that might be like a cool like Anijam thing to do sometime. I don't know.
Yeah, we should totally do it. As soon as there's time.
Just gotta get that sweet time,
Yep.
precious time that nobody has.
Nope. It's the hardest thing to achieve. Is just having time.
Yeah. But at least we get to spend our time working on cool freelance projects.
Yes, it's the best. Animation is the best.
Animation.
And animation.
So I have one of my teachers, Steve Stanchfield. He's a animation historian, and that's how we would always say animation. That's like how we say hi to each other too. It's this weird thing that no one else like understands what's going on, but like he'll walk into the room and he'll go, "Hey Patrick," and I'll go, "Hey Steve," and like everyone else is just like, "Why are you talking like?"
That's awesome.
He also is notoriously late, and at one point we were at a film festival in a city in Canada, so we're not in our hometown, and he's late, and we're all his students, and I think we had just seen Finding Nemo recently, and so we just started saying Steve, but like the what are they called, the seagulls?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like he didn't show up, so we just saw in the corner going, Steve, Steve, Steve,
Steve?
Steve, and eventually he pulls up. He's like, "What are you guys doing?"
That's great.
And then we swarmed his car.
As seagulls do.
Animation students are a weird breed.
Good question from Hardick as well.
Oh,
She's,
what's he got?
He says, when we're doing keys, how do we account for things like hair, secondary action? Do we just do them on the keys and adjust them later?
I want to hear how you do it.
Well, I do tend to do it on the keys and adjust it later. I know that you tend to animate everything separately.
On Emilio, yeah. It depends. Emilio's hair is just so flippin' weird.
Yeah. It's awesome. It looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's tough though because I find that if I do it afterwards, it looks really good in terms of it following its own shape, but it doesn't necessarily work with the drawings the best. So I started trying to do it on the keys, and then attempt to just think about it while I'm doing it and control how it gets there.
How what's that?
I was just saying bye to Claire. She has to go to work now.
See you, Claire.
Aw, bye Claire.
Have a good day.
How when you do your keys, your key drawings, how solidified are they? As far as like how immovable, how locked are they after you're done?
Not at all.
As
far as I do it, I'm okay to completely redo a key if I need to.
Yeah.
I just aim for what I want, and if I don't quite get there, I'll adjust afterwards.
I think that's something that like a lot of kids don't seem to do. Like I think a lot of people are kind of like once they do their keys, especially if they're students, it's even if the rest of the animation doesn't meet it, like they'll try to like almost force it to match that key, even if it doesn't work.
Right. Yeah, that's hard. Like I don't feel like I'm good enough to get it right first time. Like all I can do is do my best to try and get the effect I'm going for, and if it doesn't work, then I'll learn from that and adjust the drawings, because every drawing is just a drawing, even if it's a key.
Yeah.
They're all fair game as far as I'm concerned. Are you the same when you adjust your drawings?
Oh yeah, my keys are never solid.
Yeah. Because sometimes you just don't know what you don't know. You know, it takes doing it to realise why it's not working.
Yeah, and you know sometimes it's less about. So I think I talked a little bit about this on one of my Patreon things about there's instinct, you know, having an artistic instinct that's built up from experience. There's planning, right, doing your keys and your breakdowns and stuff, and then there's a third area which isn't talked about a lot, which is kind of in the middle ground. It's preparation, where you're not just relying on your instincts and you're not just like figuring everything out and planning, but you've laid in your foundation and you know that, and you just have a certain set of practices you're going to go through in order to kind of like back check and all that kind of stuff, your animations, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like it's like a tool belt, right? Or like a tool bag of stuff that you just kind of keep on. You're like, okay, well, the keys give me the rough idea of where I need to end up, but I have tools like overshoots and anticipations and like S and C curves. Like I have that in my my what's the word I'm looking for? Armory, I guess.
Yeah.
Repertoire.
Yeah, there you are. My repertoire. There's a school word. But stuff like that. So kind of like being prepared for certain types of animation.
Yeah, I think I remember you mentioning this too in terms of troubleshooting in animation. You have
about what in animation?
Troubleshooting. When it hasn't quite worked the way you wanted it to. There's a list of things that you will check through.
Yeah. It's for some reason I know that's not what you were saying, but for some reason I heard bullshitting.
Troubleshooting.
Troubleshooting. Okay. So I was like, did I do a segment about bullshitting in animation? Sometimes you just gotta bullshit it. Fake it till you make it. That's what I say.
That's what people want to hear. How to do it the easy way.
Yeah, the weird nihilist post that I make. It's all bullshit.
Sometimes it's just magic. I don't know.
But yeah. No, yeah, exactly. Like troubleshooting is a great way to say it.
Yeah, like you have built up this list of things to check through the experience that you have doing animations, where you know that there are certain things that you're more likely to fall down on, so you go through those first when you're trying to work out why an animation isn't landing the way you want it to.
Yeah, exactly. It might be said more eloquently than I put it. I like fall down on, because yeah, like that there are certain things that like you know about. It's about like knowing your own fallibility as an artist. You know there's things that you might be weak on, and so you kind of make a mental note to double check that stuff. Which is, I think, a lot of what makes an artist great is that bit right there. Because a lot of great art isn't naturally done. There's a lot of work and like double checking and stuff like that goes into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, what makes You know, so I have that, like, I'm pretty proud of it. That digital painting I did of, like, the two skulls, or the two skeletons playing poker.
Yeah.
And I don't do a lot of digital painting, but one of the reasons I quite for that coming out in a way that I was proud of it was just the fact that I went back and I double checked everything over and over and over again.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. Sometimes it's just about... I mean, there are times when you do an animation or you do a painting and you know that there's something not quite right about it.
But you don't know what.
Yeah. And there are times when you'll just post that anyway. But there's something to be said for, like, saying to yourself, no, I'm gonna work this out.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna fix it. And even if it takes a couple extra weeks to do that, because you need the time to kind of let your eyes readjust and see it fresh. I think that's a lot of where growth comes from, is not settling for what you are or what you have right now, and making the extra effort to push it that little bit further.
This is funny because my most recent post on Patreon is all about finishing your work and when you have to accept it.
Yeah.
So there's a balance involved there.
Yeah.
About, you know, not taking forever, because sometimes learning can also come from new experiences and not like staying on the same thing for too long out of fear of how it might reflect on you as an artist. If it's not absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
So how does one find that middle ground?
Oh, it's tough. I guess sometimes you just need to push yourself. Sometimes when there are deadlines or when you just have lost passion for something, you want to move on to the next thing. You shouldn't feel too bad about leaving it, because a lot of the time you'll realise what mistakes you've made a year or so down the line, when you can look back and be like,
that's always fun.
This is totally, like, I didn't follow that arc at all, or this has no weight, or what was I thinking with that key?
Do you guys have artwork that, like, when you made it, you were really proud of it? You was like, this is way, you know, like ahead of my skill level, and this is super awesome. And like years later, you look back on it, you're like, oh my god,
yeah,
there's so much wrong with this.
Totally. Back when I was in university, I did this animation of a cat dancing. It had this shotgun and a cowboy hat, and it was doing this kind of dance with it. And I was proud of it at the time, and I look back now and I just shudder because it's so flat. And I remember feeling like it was kind of dimensional, but its feet on the floor plane, and just it's doing everything like just in the same plane to the camera. There's no depth to anything.
It's on Vimeo.
No,
are you getting us a link, Mike?
You guys can see it if you want.
I'll let India, if you're gonna link it, you can link it.
It's
okay.
It's weird for me because, you know, I came from like a small town. There wasn't a lot of artists, and so for a while I was kind of the artist kid, and that resulted in a relatively high, a pretty big ego about my own work when I did not deserve it. And it was definitely interesting because, and it's not like it was ever like super shattered. It was a kind of a long, arduous process of like slowly realizing. It was mainly like when I went to college, I was like, uh-oh, these guys can draw miles ahead of me. So I wasn't like blind to it. I just hadn't been confronted with it. But it was funny like to look back at some of my stuff that I thought was just the bee's knees.
Yeah.
And just be like, oh my god, I didn't even know what the hell anatomy was, and I thought I had that shit down.
Yeah.
I went through a stack of like A4 sheets of paper yesterday, and I must have reduced it by 2/3 down to a thing where I was just like looking at a drawing and go, why do I still have this? And like a bin, a whole ton of like, just really. I went through a phase of drawing really lightly to describe an idea and never following through on it. So there must have been like a year where I was like, oh, this would be really cool. I just didn't. I would go through and like digitize it later, but the drawing would remain this kind of cloud shape. And I'm like, why do I still have this? This isn't even. You know how
I should.
you could keep development work for a book eventually or something. This just was like, this won't even print.
Did you
Or-
post the? Did you just post the cat dance?
I did. Oh.
Yeah.
This is pretty good so far.
It gets worse.
Ooh, that leg popped out.
It's all just.
How long had you been animating when you made this?
This was second year university.
Is that a gun?
It is. Yes. Also, behold my incredible background skills, which also make me shudder.
Dances are hard, man. Dances are hard to do. The drawings are pretty decent for a second-year animator.
Thanks. Like, I've been drawing for ages, but...
Alright, let me... I wonder if I can dig through here and find something truly...
Oh, I'm sure you can.
Let's see, where's some of my early stuff? It's all on YouTube.
It's good to know. It's good though, even though it's cringy for us as the people who did it, it's great to see the progress that you've made.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. So, oh, can you tell I'm looking at it right now? Oh my god. This is so bad. I saw it. Okay, this is about, I think, one of the worst ones I can find. God, it's just not even finished. Makes no sense. I'll put it in peg bar. This is 8 years ago. It's almost a decade.
That was right when you first started, right?
Pretty much. Noah says, lol.
I think maybe you must feel worse about it because it's your work, but there are things in this which make me crack up. Like that goose's face. I'm not sure if he's a duck or a goose, but
I don't know
when
either.
he smiles, just that expression is gold. I love some of the frames in this. It's great.
Red versus blue dialogue, nice.
Yeah.
It's this face.
Oh, did you? Where is it?
My stream is probably.
Oh, there it is.
behind. Yeah, this is. It's great.
I mean, like, I was still figuring, like, this is, like, I had no idea, like, volume, anatomy, any of that stuff. I was trying, though.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it still looks. It looks pretty decent. You say that you're not proud of it, but I think that's pretty great.
Here, I started out in 3D animation. Here's a beaut for you. Oh. This was done in like 24 hours, I think. It was like a 24-hour challenge. So.
Jurassic Park, nice.
Yeah.
Utah!
Utah.
That fall at the end.
How did I, like, you can tell I totally wanted to do Looney Tunes stuff.
Yeah.
And then now I'm animating like anime fight sequences. What happened? Where did I go wrong?
It's all the same, like, it all feeds into each other though, doesn't it? Like, all that clarity of posing is so useful when you're doing any kind of animation.
How's your Dragons in Places going?
Oh, it's good. Yeah. I'm enjoying doing some drawing. It's been like 16 days and I barely drew when I was away.
Is it nice to sit down and draw again?
It really is, yeah. I had a
Yeah.
break, but I missed it. I'm glad to be back.
I mean, that's how they work, right? Like, you're on break for a while, but eventually you get antsy.
Yeah, exactly. You just can't. You can't shut that part of you off.
You can't not be productive.
Exactly. All this wasting time relaxing.
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
You got to draw a few animals when we went to the aquarium, which was cool.
That's true. That was fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh my god, Japanese school children are the loudest school children I've ever experienced.
Are they really?
Like, okay, so the way that the Osaka aquarium is constructed is you go in and then you start from the top and you kind of spiral your way downward.
Okay.
Getting kind of deeper and deeper back to the entrance. And
yeah.
There were so many groups of school children. They all wore like different colors of hats just to make sure they were in the same class so you could recognize them. And you could hear them from maybe a floor away, and they would just get louder and louder and louder. And
it's like when an airplane's coming into land.
Yeah, you're like, here it comes.
And you're just like, when is it going to reach the peak? Because my windows are shaking.
And then they kind of turn up and they just all like rush the glass and we're just like screaming at each other to be heard.
The poor fish.
I know.
And like the teachers that were kind of managing them were literally, it was like them herding cats of just like pulling them and like using their arms physically to just be like, let's go to the next thing now. And we happened to stop at an exhibit that was right next to a capybara. So the amount of times you just heard Japanese school children just scream, "Capybara!" at this next exhibit. And I hadn't actually turned the corner to see it yet, so all I'd heard for like a good 50 minutes was, "Capybara! Capybara!" And then going, why are they saying oh, there's a capybara. Okay.
Funny, because like I don't usually equate those in Japan with being loud and boisterous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess kids are the same everywhere.
They were maybe like 6 or 7 years old or something.
Oof. The poor capybaras.
I know.
Did eventually like one of them just finally turn around and go, "What?"
I would have loved that so much. God damn it!
I had a moment like that with a friend of mine he's very soft spoken, but he actually has an extremely loud voice.
That's awesome.
And we were attempting to have a conversation, and we have these birds here called grackles, and there was a mess of them behind us, and they would not shut up, just tweet, 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 tweet. And eventually, mid conversation, he just turns and he goes, "Shut the fuck up!" And they all like scatter.
That's great.
It was pretty entertaining.
I approve.
Yes.
I like the fact that on the aquarium day, India, you'd chosen to wear your skirt, and in front of the exhibits there seemed to be like floor vents, so India could only approach the exhibits from certain angles. I
need to go there with my kilt on.
Yes, you do. Just stand proudly with your hands on your hips in front of the exhibit.
I just want to wear it just so someone can take an upskirt photo and then be disappointed when I turn around. Why don't you buy me a drink for, sailor? Jeez.
Perfect. There are like signs all over the subways, like "Girls beware. Make sure that you put your bag like behind you to flatten your skirt so people don't take upskirt photos of you." It's quite bizarre and weird.
Not guys, don't be dicks.
Nope. Just girls, be careful. Make sure you do this.
Yeah.
There were there were particular like not subway like rail cars for women only, and they would
really.
Yeah. I didn't get to ride in one of them.
That's
well,
weird.
It's sad that they feel that's necessary.
Yeah.
Special rail cars.
They're pink.
For God's sake.
So weird.
Yeah. We never went into one of the trains which had them though, I don't think. I think only certain trains had them.
I saw one when we were like pulling into a station, so I had that. But then I freaked out because they have floor markers next to the to tell you where to stand, where the doors are going to be, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And the one opened in the car we were in, and it read like women only, and I'm like shit. And I look around and I'm like, there are so many guys in here. What's? Oh, it's not for this particular train.
Yeah. It's fine.
Still there? Hello?
Yeah,
Hello.
we're still here.
There it goes. Okay. Sorry, I went quiet for a sec.
Yeah, we're still alive. Still kicking.
Tibbs says, in Japan it's illegal for cameras to not make sounds in order to reduce the number of upskirt photos.
Oh, that's interesting. I broke the law a lot then.
Oh, you had a silent one.
Yeah, I get embarrassed because my phone does the whole like thing every time it takes a photo. It's like so loud.
I wonder if someone would try to take an upskirt photo if I was there in a kilt. Like, someone must have been decked by like an old Scottish man who's going abroad, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
It must have happened at some point.
So. And I hope they got it on camera. I want to see just progression photos of like an upskirt shot, and then the person turning around, and then just a fist.
Just like the three stages of just like looking at his phone, bewildered,
yeah,
looking at the guy, afraid,
I want to see all the emotions.
and then only looking at the world through one open eye.
Yeah, just the ceiling.
I've had one of those moments where like I blacked out and and then I woke up and I'm looking at the ceiling.
Oh, was that the time you told me when you were lifting the TV and you weren't well?
Yeah.
Oh,
Passed out, and then like there's like ceiling lights like going by because I was on a gurney.
That is so scary. I would freak out.
I mean, I would have, except like the anesthesiologist was there, so he took care of that.
Yeah.
As far as like the whole doing things.
It's like, go back to sleep.
yeah. He didn't even tell me to count down. He was just like, "Hi, I'm gonna be anesthesiologist," and then I was out.
And then you were like, oh wow.
Like he said his piece. It's kind of like when they say like you have a right to remain silent type thing. Like he had to say it. The words came out of his mouth, and click the button, and he's out.
Yeah.
Hey, Savio.
Hey, yay! It's peoples.
Hiya, people.
Did you guys ever hear? I think Aaron and Dan, they were talking about their trip to Japan, and I forgot, it was like an interview or something, but Aaron was talking about the pineapple apple pen. So it's pineapple pen, something like that.
No.
Oh, it was. He was just saying like he kind of like connected with one of the locals over it. It's some sort of viral video thing.
Oh, is that the apple pen?
Yeah, he goes, I have a pen. I have an apple, and they go pineapple apple pen. And apparently, like, they were just doing that in line. Like, one of them said, I have a pen, and Aaron, like, turned around and was like, I have an apple. And they were like, oh, pineapple apple pen. Just felt amazing over it.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Did we connect with anyone while we were there, or were we just...
We had a moment where we all looked lost on our way to the airport, and 3 different Japanese people tried to help us find the airport.
Yeah, that was really nice of
They
them.
all gave us conflicting information, but all of the information was correct. There was just 3 ways to get to the airport.
We were so confused though.
Just had to pick one, I guess.
Yeah, we're like, do we listen to the first guy, or do we listen to the second guy?
It's like, you can stay on this one. It will go to the airport. You can get off at Shinagawa and change for the airport, or you can get off at I think it was Keiya Tanagawa or something, and you can change for the airport. every one of those pieces of information, except for you stay on this train, which may or may not have been true. Can't confirm that one. But all of them were like being super helpful. And it's just like,
that's nice.
You've given us 3 different things to do.
You're so nice, but
I'm so confused.
And then one person was just like, you know what? I have a sneaking suspicion that one of the people that tried to help us was in Frankfurt on the train between terminals
Oh, really?
with us.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
So
That's cool.
I think he was like on our flight as well, but I can't confirm. It was just like I saw him from across the carriage, and I'm like, is that the same guy? I don't know. My short-term memory. I saw him 13 hours ago. Is it the same dude? I don't know. They were wearing the same kind of hat and stuff.
Oh.
But yeah. So yeah, we made it to the airport. That's the end of the story.
It's a good story.
Tibbs is terrified of anesthetic.
Yeah, I mean...
It's not like you feel yourself going or anything. You just wake up later.
Yeah. I mean...
Like, you don't dream or nothing. You just wake up later.
The thing that I think is scary about anesthetic is just like, I don't want to ever need it.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, usually in that moment, the anesthetic is very welcome.
Yeah. I'm sure.
India, what courier did we use for Savio?
I'm not sure which courier it was, as his book not arrived yet. Because we have the tracking number. So we can check where it is.
Okay. Is that on the receipt?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll check after the stream. Make sure. I've heard that the post in India can be a little bit dodgy, so I hope it's all okay.
I will say morphine was quite enjoyable.
Yeah?
Yeah, morphine was awesome.
Tell me about morphine. I've never had it, so I have no clue.
It basically just dulls the pain and makes you sleepy. But that was after that surgery, and I had like a pump. It was an automatic pump, and it went in through. Now I'm going to say catheter, but it was not a urethra catheter. It just went into the side of my stomach.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, so I had like a tube. It goes in the side of my abdomen, and it had this little thing. It would like clip on your belt, and basically it looks like a Bacta tank or something. It's like this little bottle, this like, about the size of like a 2-liter, and it would every hour it would go psst, a little automatic device in there would pump you with a little bit of morphine, and you just take another nap for a week. It was awesome.
That does sound kind of pleasant.
Yeah, well, until you take the catheter out, that's not fun.
Oh gosh.
I
I hope
had to
you
do
would
it
be
myself
awake.
too. And then of course, like I had these giant bandages on me, which suck because I'm a fuzzy dude, so
Oh.
that wasn't pleasant taking those off.
You got a free wax out of it, so...
Yeah. Well, except like again, I did it myself, so it wasn't like no one like I didn't like bite a spoon and do it real quick. I just sat there for like an hour going.
Oh man, that's the worst. Slowly trying to peel it hair by hair.
Like I want to do it fast, but like my arms are more terrified than myself, so like they just won't do it.
Yeah. Oh man, I just thought that they'd have taken that out for you though, and...
Yeah, it was weird, and like they freaked me out because they said it was in a lot deeper than it actually was.
Okay.
So when I pulled it out, and it was only like an inch or so, I was just like, "Oh shit, did it break off?" Like I was like really freaked out, and they're like, "Oh no, it wasn't in there that deep, I guess." And I was like, "Oh, thanks for that terrifying moment."
Oh my god, that would be horrible.
But yeah, yep. Was about 15 inches of my intestine spilled out.
Oh god, no.
They put it all back in, and now I have a big plastic thing in my stomach, and that's why I can't do pull downs or anything like those exercises where you kind of have to hook your legs on something, because it pulls my lower abs and it fucking hurts like hell.
Yeah. good job that you're an animator.
Well, the worst part, Mike, is that the feeling, because when you're an infant, if you're born with testicles and you're an infant, they're housed in the abdomen. This is why people get sick when they get kicked in the nuts. It also means that when you have what I had, it feels like you are really getting kicked in the nuts, like consistently.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm happy I'll never know how that feels. Unless the same thing
I
happens
mean,
to me.
my girlfriend recently got a, what is it? A IUD? Is that what it's called? She's tired of taking birth control.
I don't know.
But, like, apparently they have to dilate your cervix for that, like, just a little bit, and apparently that's, like, horrifically painful.
Oh, man.
Yeah, apparently, like, because it's basically, like, inducing labor almost. Like, that's a similar feeling.
Oh.
And yeah, so, like, yeah, getting kicked in the nuts sucks, but, like, I don't ever want to go through labor either.
Nope. Me either.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get cats.
I'm just gonna get cats. Cats solve everything.
Mm-hmm.
There was, oh, I gotta find it. Where is that? There was a super cute cat picture someone shared with me. There it is. Copy link. I'm gonna put it in the peg bar.
Yeah.
Look at that face.
Cat pictures are my morphine. Just give me a feed.
Look at that face.
Oh my god. Whatever he ate, he liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it when their pupils dilate like that and go super big. So cute.
It's so cute.
India got a gachapan.
A what?
It's the capsule things where you like put in a bit of money and you get a random toy. It's like Kinder Eggs, but
You said it was a gadget pan?
Gachapan.
Gachapan. They have
Okay.
tons of them in Japan. Like loads and loads of machines, and you can get things like little figures or you know, various stuff. Some of them are really weird.
And what did you get, India?
Well, there were exactly 2 gachapans that I partook in Japan.
Okay.
I got the best stuff. One of them was watches based on pieces of art, but sort of cartoonified and made very odd and weird. And I got the Scream, and it's great. It's my favourite watch. It's really silly looking. I'll take a picture at some point and show it to people because it's hilarious. And another thing I found was there's like a cover for toilet paper. You know, like when you have toilet paper you're using, and then you have toilet papers in reserve for when that runs out.
Okay.
Well,
yes.
for your reserve toilet papers, there's like this kind of soft case, I guess, and it's just a cat. So you just put this cat skin over the top of your toilet paper, and it looks like a little cat with a bow tie. And it's the best thing.
Leave it to Japan.
Yep.
They know how to do cute things.
So now our in reserve toilet paper is looking very stylish.
We like to dress up our shit tickets at this house.
Exactly. All classy here.
Oh my god.
It's great. It's great. But they do all sorts of things, like there's like little models of astronauts and things you can get, or there's little Godzilla figures, or little models of food, or purses, or just little small things.
What I'm sure there were things you were expecting when you were going on that trip. What things did you not expect that happened on that trip? Or you like what things were like, oh my god, I didn't know this was a thing.
I think one thing I realized was that the approach and temperament to navigating your way around a crowd or through a crowd is quite
around
different.
A what? A crowd?
Like people had like no qualms about. I was wearing a rucksack, and if someone needed to get by me, they would push their way through the rucksack. It would turn me around, so I started to learn how to dodge it.
Right round, like a record?
Yeah. But there's like limited space and everything, so I wasn't used to But after 2 weeks of it, I was a pro of like.
You were over it, you said?
After 2 weeks, like I was a pro, as in like I learned the patterns for how to. India put it a good way. It's like you don't walk where there's a space in the crowd. You walk where there's going to be a space in the crowd. And I just found the pattern and the kind of rhythm to the way people navigated through space and walking and stuff was slightly different.
Interesting.
Or the amount of time someone would let you to like walk through a gap was just like completely different.
I'm trying to think. I'm sure there were things. Like one of the small things was just like there's a drink machine on every single corner.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're so frequent. They have drink machines. Yeah, just everywhere. Just these
vending machines.
Big vending machines with tons of hot and cold drinks in them for 100 yen. And they're just like on every single street corner. You can't go 50 meters without seeing another one.
I wonder, no, I've seen some videos, interesting videos of people who are abroad. And there was one guy who was trying to find things like peanut butter, flavored things in Japan, and how like weirdly processed it all looked.
Yeah. Like
some of it's so clean, but it doesn't even look like food. It looks like it's a plastic toy almost.
Oh, that is one thing that surprised me, actually. Is speaking of plastic food, in Japan, rather than have kind of pictures of dishes outside the restaurant to show you the kind of things they have inside, they have little plastic models of all the dishes they have in glass cases. And that was weird for me because I always think plastic food looks really unappetizing. But they had like these plastic ramen dishes, like life-size scale models of all the food they had inside. It was really interesting. Yeah. Kind of weird.
You could like buy them as well. There was various stores where you could just go in and buy
plastic food.
Start your own restaurant.
Yeah, exactly. You could.
But yeah, I think that gave more of an indication of portion size as well. Like the plastic feel to them, the look wise, like the specularity on them was a little off because it wasn't quite accurate. But the actual attention to detail on that stuff was really cool.
You were impressed by the plastic food.
Yeah. I think we went to Nishiki Market in Kyoto, and that was crazy. It was just like...
A what?
It was called Was it Nishiki Market?
I'm not sure.
It's like a... that was just the name of the region. The actual place. Like it's a street name or something. But it looks like... this. And it's just a really long, straight, like, corridor almost, with just food and street vendors on either side. And it would run, there'd be roads running through the middle of it, but it was just this indoor market that just stretched on, and it was awesome.
It's like a super farmer's market.
Yeah. And there were people selling, like, tiny little octopuses, cooked octopuses on sticks, and they had like
oh boy,
they had a cross section that showed that they'd filled like the head or the sort of body part of the octopus with like I think it might have been red bean paste or something.
I think it was a quail's egg.
Was it a quail's egg?
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay. I take a picture. I did not partake in that.
No, that was one thing we were like maybe not.
Yeah, that's a little out of my comfort zone.
Yeah. The food there was generally amazing, though.
I just found a picture of them.
Oh. Show.
There we go. Tiny octopus. Things we weren't expecting.
Wow, look at that. No, I don't like squid either.
No. It's just like kind of tasteless to me and really, really, really rubbery.
It's chewy. I don't like the chewiness.
I find the texture unpleasant too. It's like eating a rubber band or something.
Yeah.
Were you not a fan of takoyaki then?
I like the takoyaki because it's got very small pieces of octopus in it.
Yeah.
So every now and then you hit a chewy part, but generally it's like seasoned batter, mostly.
Yeah.
And little bits of shrimp. So it's got a nice taste to it. But just octopus or squid on its own is just like chewy nothingness.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That really friendly guy who had made his own batch of takoyaki and gave it to us. He'd added too much batter, I think, after having had the first batch, and I'm like, oh, this is really good. So it was still a little bit molten in the center of the this little kind of almost pastry ball. So we were like, oh, okay, yeah. We put it in our mouths and went, this was an instant mistake.
Oh god! We both just made eye contact, and we had that face where you're trying to hold something away from your tongue because it's so hot, but you can't spit it out because you're in public.
And the guy may have been watching us eat them as well, smiling. Here, try some of mine. Okay, and it's just
you're crying and smiling and being like, so good.
Roland asked, "Is there any misconceptions that peeps not from Japan get totally wrong?"
That's tough without knowing the preconceptions. I guess people think it's a lot more different than it is, because it is different, but the general things just being polite and and such, it's they're just people. It's all kind of
we didn't really interact a lot with local people outside of the context of buying stuff or shop owners and things. So I don't think
and you stayed mostly in Tokyo?
We stayed in Tokyo, and then we traveled to Hakone to stay in an onsen, and then from there we traveled onward to Kyoto to stay at a very nice hostel.
Nice.
But that was quite modern, and they were 20-somethings, and they'd all spoke English and stuff, so it was very kind of...
How prevalent was English spoken?
Everywhere.
Yeah, quite prevalent. Most people knew enough to help you out, even if they didn't know the language. And
all of all of the signs and road signs, street names, and everything, there was always an English equivalent.
Oh, that's nice.
So.
Yeah.
Well, it was.
There's got to be parts where that's not the case, right?
I think so.
Probably, but not anywhere.
Not where we went.
Yeah.
Because we tried to get out and go into the country a bit more, but we found that even the places we went to in the country, because we'd chosen the places which looked really nice, they were kind of touristy already. We went to a traditional hot springs to try that, but the traditional hot springs are kind of known to be the traditional hot springs, so they were a bit touristy even in themselves.
Okay.
So I don't think we ever really.
So did you see a lot of people from elsewheres?
Yeah, we saw a fair amount of other tourists.
Yeah.
Well, where were most of them from?
America, actually. I think.
Yeah.
America and
Really?
Canada. Yeah.
Where the hell are all these people finding money to travel?
There was some people staying in the hostel we're staying at who I think are studying in Korea and had come over to Tokyo for whatever, and then there was another two who were from California, I think.
Yeah, I think a couple of people came over while they were in university, and they'd done a transfer for their studies to spend a couple of months here. And there was someone from America who was saying that they said something about Donald Trump now making things harder for people to travel outside of America. So they
making it hard for people to travel outside?
Yeah. So they said they were taking their chance now.
Yeah. Those are all true things.
Yeah.
Is that just trying to get back in, or is that travel is more special?
No, I mean just because there's just a lot of things, even Canada's getting more strict with its passport policy and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Yeah.
when I was a kid, you could just pretty much go just right across, no one cared.
Mm-hmm.
But not so much anymore. So yeah.
That's basically what they were saying. It's just they were like taking their chance now before new policies came in.
Yeah. Now's the time.
Yeah, to just get their travelling.
Before no one will deal with us anymore.
Yeah. Oh man. Sucks so much though that that's the case.
Yeah.
That's okay though. I mean, Brexit is going to happen at some point, so I'll also be unable to do anything.
Maybe it was a John Oliver joke, I'm not sure, but they were talking about when Brexit happened, there was like a few brief moments where America could laugh at Britain.
Yeah.
Like, ha, 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 you guys are so dumb. But someone equated it to like Britain doing like a stupid thing at a pub. Like, look what I can do, right? And that was Brexit, and then America was like, hold my beer.
Yeah. Watch this.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm glad we travelled now. I just hope me working in Ireland isn't going to be affected too much by Brexit.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe one of these days I'll be working in Ireland.
Oh man, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean,
You know,
Powerhouse seems super awesome. Are you just
it
wanting
is
to try
super
new
awesome.
stuff?
I have like one of my like life goals though is to work on a feature.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you're thinking maybe Cartoon Saloon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. That'd be amazing.
I think I'd probably qualify. I don't know. They still do things on paper. I might need to
I think they
relearn.
do it digitally now. Actually, you'd definitely qualify. You'd have no problem. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. Go then. Like my girlfriend wants to study up in Ireland.
So that would line up with both of you.
Mhm.
Oh, I'd love that to happen. Me and
Yeah.
Mike have been looking at moving somewhere different, either within Ireland or just somewhere, because
Yeah.
where we're living at the minute is super expensive. And
Oh, where is that? Oh, where do you guys live?
we live in Glasnevin, which is kind of close to the centre of Dublin, but Dublin's pretty expensive, and freelance.
Well, but yeah, it's like it's the city everyone knows the name of.
Yeah, and freelance isn't super lucrative, and so
It is not.
This was okay when I was working at Boulder, so I had a sort of steady wage coming in. But since I've been
Yeah.
freelancing the past 6 months or so, it's less practical now to live in a place which costs so much. So we're thinking we might move somewhere where it's kind of better made for freelance.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah, because you don't need to be close to a studio anymore.
Also want a cat.
Yeah.
Do they not let cats where you're at?
No pets.
Oh, that's lame.
I know, I've grown up with pets and animals my
Is
entire
that
life.
standard?
I don't think so.
No, I think it's just
It's just
Okay.
the
the
management
company. Yeah.
in our particular
No, they're
flat
just
block.
dicks.
Yeah. Pretty much. Just don't
Yeah.
like the...
And no happiness.
Nope. No joy! Only money.
Welcome to management.
We have no money, I'm sorry, management. So...
We only have love.
So much love to give. No adorable cats or ferrets for me to give all
Yeah.
this love to.
Yeah. So I've definitely thought about it. I wouldn't mind free healthcare.
Yes.
It's always nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is a great place for animation and comics and just
Yeah.
creativity in general.
I'm sad that it's not as big in Britain.
Yeah, me too. I hope it's getting better.
Yeah, it seems like France seems to be pretty big with it.
Yeah, France is amazing, especially for comics and animation. But
Yeah.
I
I don't know
love...
if I want to go to France though.
No?
I don't know any French.
You could learn.
Yeah. Buongiorno.
That's it. Silver plate.
Me lame-o, Bob. Too late. Like, what is your lame-o?
I think that's Spanish.
Oh, yeah. Baja la Benchana.
I know. All they do fromage.
Just gonna call them Frenchies all the time.
That'll go down well.
What are you Frenchies up to now?
They
And then
love
Ali
that.
walks in.
What's that?
our friend Aline stays close to Paris, so I was just like, yeah. And then Aline walks in, and you're like,
Oh.
bonjour. No.
Oh man. Yeah, I can already tell I'd be a big hit talking like that.
Yeah, I think so. They love it.
Yeah.
There was it reminded me of languages. There was these two kind of school age kids at one of the shrines we were at, and they just kind of approached me and they're like, "Can we ask you some questions?" And I was just like, "Yeah, all right." And they effectively asked me like, they asked me the kinds of questions you would learn when you're first learning a language.
You would what now? You broke up there.
They asked me the sort of questions that you would learn when you were first learning a language, because I first thought, oh shit, they're gonna like give me like an in-depth survey maybe about my experiences at the shrine or whatever, but it was like, hi, what's your favorite food of Japan, and like where have you visited that you liked so far, and where are you from and stuff. And at the end of it, they were like, here is a shit, what is it called? Paper folding. Origami. They gave me an origami swan.
That was nice.
For my time.
They seem nice.
They were cool.
Did you guys bow?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm if I ever go, I would be eternally nervous about doing that properly.
It didn't seem all that like formal to us.
Okay.
But I think generally like
sweet, I'm in the clear.
Yeah, it's fine. Like generally we echoed back people's bows to them.
I tend to find that I was, you know how you do like a head nod or like, oh thank you, like I kept doing it, and I noticed every time I bowed, they would bow. I was like, shit, am I instigating a bow here? And
you get caught in a loop.
Yeah, no one can leave.
Like I'm just doing you like a thank you head nod, like thank you, and yeah.
But you get used to it fairly fast because you see people bowing to you in shops, so you kind of learn how low to bow for different people, I guess, and it comes kind of natural.
Yeah.
It was cool. We went to a place called Nara where they have deer just roaming around, and you get to buy sort of waffles and feed them to the deer.
Ooh,
And,
wait, waffles?
Yeah, like
crackers.
deer waffles.
Crackers.
They look like.
Oh,
waffles.
okay. I was immediately thought like giant breakfast waffles.
Well, they were circular and they had cross hatches on them, so.
Yeah. Just imagine you opening up a box of Eggo and tossing it to the deer.
Yeah, they'd love it. But they'd all been taught to bow, I guess, from when.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, for their food.
Exactly. So they bowed at you and you bowed at them, and
Oh,
that was cool.
that's super cute.
Yeah, it was adorable. They weren't so super cute though. They were very aggressive about wanting their waffles.
Apparently, you bow depending on status level, and men and women bow differently.
Oh, I did not know this.
Yeah, nor did I.
But yeah, generally I just like when someone bowed to me, I would just bow the same kind of bow back.
Interesting. Huh. All these new things we're learning.
Yes.
No one ever did like a full on kind of full bow. I never saw that.
We did at shrines.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there were, yeah.
You clap twice and then you bow very deeply.
Huh.
When you're honouring a shrine.
And then you ring that bell.
We found a shrine to a frog, and so
You
we
ring
made
that
sure
bell?
Yeah, there's like a big, long string of material with a bell at the top. And you clap twice and you bow and you ring the bell when you bow again.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
All this neat stuff.
Yeah. It was really
Is
cool.
this, how many countries have you guys visited now?
Together, Canada, California, so America.
Came all the way to Canada,
Yeah,
where the Canadians live.
we did. It was amazing.
All the Canucks.
Canada is somewhere that I could see myself living because it's super
Oh,
nice.
it's super nice, yeah.
Yeah. and they have amazing things like beaver tails, which are just delicious.
Oh, beaver tails.
Get some cinnamon.
They're and they speak my native language. Oh.
Eh?
Yeah, or oh yeah is the big one. Oh yeah, oh sure.
I was so happy when we were flying over because the stewardess said A to us after she said the sentence, and I was like, it's happening!
Instead of saying hello, you say allo. Allo?
It was so nice and friendly and really.
How are you doing, Shimmer? Oh, my Chevy shook a shit, eh? Oh, your Chevy shook a shit. Yeah.
It's just
That's the
awesome.
Jimmers over there. Oh, sure.
You need to go to Canada with us.
Canada was really cool.
Yeah, it gets very cold in the winter, just a heads up.
Oh yeah, we heard. Everyone was like, you're so lucky that you're here now and not 3 months in the future.
I mean, I told you about, like, Ireland seems to be, it gets cold, but it doesn't get too cold. Like, the ocean seems to kind of regulate the temperature.
Yeah.
Not so in Canada.
Nope.
Especially around the Great Lakes area. You want to talk about lake effect. Oh my god. Which I think you guys were near. No, you guys went to Ottawa, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Ottawa can get pretty nippy.
We travelled to Montreal as well, though.
Oh, there you are. That's
Yeah,
where the French Canadians live.
Yeah, we got told there that the winters were harsh.
Yes. Let's see. Let's just go ahead. 2014. Oh my god. There's no way. Yukon got that cold? Oh, hold on. I have to figure out what this is in Celsius.
Okay.
Okay, I figured it out. In 2014, in Snag, Yukon, in Canada, it was negative 63 degrees Celsius.
Ha! That's not human temperature. That's not living temperature.
No, they actually have stages when you get to like that kind of frozen tundra ridge. Ottawa's never going to get that cold. It will get to like -8 probably. Well, Fahrenheit, which I don't know what that is in Celsius.
Too cold. Celsius.
Fahrenheit to Celsius. That's -22 Celsius.
That's crazy.
It hurts. Don't wear jeans in that weather, I'll tell you that right now.
Don't go outside. Stay inside under a blanket.
I mean, that's what you do. That's what you do here in Texas when it's super hot. You just stay inside and run the air conditioner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sip your feet in cold water. Try not to move.
Tibbs says you should come to Leeds again.
Yes. We should. Leeds was awesome.
Yeah, we'll probably try and get into Thought Bubble again.
Yeah, I think we'll be going back next year. Leeds was where you had the donut burger.
Yeah.
So.
That's what we're going back for.
that's the reason we're really
What's
going
it
back.
taste like? Tastes like freedom. I love the fact that like the U.S. found a way to like copyright practically freedom.
Yeah.
It's just
Freedom.
nowhere else is free but us. It's like, well,
True freedom.
yeah, true freedom,
None of
which
this
is
fake-
having a donut burger.
Yeah, exactly. Freedom to murder yourself from the inside out.
with food.
It's like, you guys talk about freedom an awful lot at the time for people who are meant to be free. Like, if you're free, you don't really talk about it.
Are you saying it's not as well thought out as it should be? Yep. Freedom's the answer. I forgot the question. America.
That's great. I've never heard that. That's awesome.
I forgot there was this really funny meme going around, and it was it's like eating one fry at a time because you're a prude, eating two fries at a time because you're gluttonous, and then the last one was like just eating handfuls of fries at a time because America.
Freedom!
And all that. So you guys, you said you've been to Canada?
Oh, yeah.
You've been to, you came to the US because you were at CTN.
Yeah. We went to France.
France and Ireland because Mike's from Scotland and you're from
That's true.
England, yeah.
We went to Rome, Italy.
Oh, we did go to Rome, yeah.
Twice.
Ooh. Man, like that's kind of like the main reason I wouldn't mind living anywhere up there. Is just like all the countries are so close.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is amazing, yeah. It's great.
We were in Germany 2 days ago.
Yeah, what the hell?
It's like
You can take the train to Germany, you know, from, and well, I mean, obviously not from Ireland.
Choo choo.
yeah, but it's 40 minutes. 40 minutes to England on the plane.
Jesus.
And then you can get a train from there to pretty much anywhere. And it's
I
a couple
guess
of hours on the train.
The saving grace is that we have easy access to tacos in Texas.
Exactly. You have all the food that we want.
I mean, Italy. They have good food.
That's true, and that is why we went to Rome twice.
It's not the
Yeah.
reason we went to Rome
Pizza.
twice.
And gelato.
But like, oh, there are definitely certain foods where you just can't get it anywhere else. Like a really good chorizo or Texas brisket. Oh my
I've
God.
never tried either of these.
I'll come down to Texas sometimes. We'll give you a tour of Powerhouse, get you some barbecue,
Yes, I would love to.
get you some queso, some real queso
Yeah.
with like fresh avocado in it. Oh, it's so good.
Tibbs is correct when she says that you can get a train to France from England that goes under the sea.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, that's how we got there.
We did that once, yeah.
It was great.
Is that the Eurostar?
Yeah.
That was fun.
It's not too expensive and it's pretty fast as well, so.
We managed to get tickets for that. Was that we got tickets for that combined with the hotel that we booked? Was that all in one?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. It's just less things to worry about. When it comes
Hey,
to holidays.
that's always appreciated.
Yeah, when it comes to holidays, I'm very much like, just book whatever makes it easiest when you're there to just relax and
Yeah.
not have to think about organising anything.
Mm.
I think that's it for us.
Yeah, I think that's everywhere.
And Japan.
And Japan.
And now Japan.
I've been to Canada. And that's it.
Wow.
Soon, Ireland.
Yeah, soon Ireland. I haven't been to Mexico. It's to give you an idea. So here's like the idea of size. Like I wonder how long a drive it is from Austin to Mexico. Let's see if we can find that out. That
I'm
is
guessing 5 hours.
662 miles. Which is wait, you guys use kilometers, right?
No, miles.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So that's over 1,000 kilometers from Austin, which is on the lower end of Texas, to Mexico.
How long would that take? That has to take like.
That's
6 to
11
7
hours and 6 minutes.
No. That's how long it took to get to Japan.
Yeah. Well, that's driving. That's not flying.
No, but that's still crazy.
Let's see. Oklahoma to Mexico drive is 16 hours. So it'd take you about 16 hours to get across Texas.
Jeez. No.
there's
And
we
what
were
is-
taking, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and like Texas is, if we're talking height wise, it's maybe a third of the United States size.
Jeez. That's so crazy to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of like, I guess we never think. I mean, I don't know how many people do, but I don't really think of the United States as like a bunch of different countries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like the states being those countries, but that's kind of how it is.
Yeah.
It's just all those states are much more similar to one another than the countries in Europe.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically what it is for sure. Because they're far enough away.
Yeah, and like, you know, they have there is slight variety in like the rules and stuff. You know, I can buy certain types of fireworks down here you can't get in Michigan, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Not legally, at least.
Is it true that Kinder Eggs are illegal?
Yes. But you can get an AK-47 if you want.
Oh, I'd rather have a Kinder Egg.
But yeah. Oregon to Ireland. Wait, what? Can't drive from Oregon to Ireland. I mean, depending on how long you can hold your breath.
Unless it's a place called Ireland in America somewhere.
I mean, hold on. I bet there is.
Yeah, there's gotta be.
Oh, all it's coming up is like relations.
Oh.
Tax treaty. What?
I'm looking at the square area of different countries. So the area of the United States is 9.8 million kilometers squared.
Mm-hmm.
The area of Ireland is
not 9 million.
no, is 84.4.
Is what?
84.4 thousand kilometers squared.
Not even a million. Yeah. Yeah, my home state of Michigan's bigger than Ireland.
Yeah.
And Texas is bigger than, like, you know, Jesus, what, I think that I know they've done some, like, overlays. Because Texas is one of the big ones, right?
Yeah, it's apparently...
Texas is bigger than, like, Spain.
It's, like, almost 700,000 kilometers squared.
Oh, yeah, Texas is bigger than France.
Yeah.
It's about the same size as France. Look at that. Jesus. I mean, and, you know, if you come to Texas, like, and you're in Austin, like, it's like a normal city. But there are stretches out here where there is nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely, I mean, it's not, like, as bad as Australia, but there's points when, especially if you're driving, like, the southwest, you know, so if you're going from, like, Texas to California, that kind of stuff, like those areas, there's points when you have to, like, prep your gas. You have to have extra cans of gas on you in case you break down. Because no one's going to come out to help you because they can't get to you.
That's amazing. It's kind of terrifying that there's an expanse that vast, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, no one would ever know what would happen to you if you died out there somewhere.
Mm-hmm. There was a point in my drive when I was coming down from Michigan to Texas, and I went through Kansas, which is known for its tornadoes.
Yeah.
Because it's just flat. It's not a desert. It's green, but it's just flat. And there was at one point, I'd never experienced this before in my entire life, and I'm driving the U-Haul, and I stop, and I realize ahead of me is just a horizon. It's just green, flat, and a road, and behind me is green, flat, and a road, and there's one single tree.
Right.
I'd never seen one tree on a horizon before. No hills, no mountains, just a road, grass, and one tree. And I was just like, well, Jesus, it's mind-blowing. And of course, no wonder tornadoes like it there.
Yeah.
There's nothing to stop them.
Yeah. I'd love to see that, though. That's amazing.
It was definitely an experience.
It sounds nice, though. I mean, that's one of the things. That's one of the things that make me want to learn to drive.
Yeah.
I think it must just be amazing to go down a road that long in a vast, empty landscape.
It gets boring pretty fast.
Yeah.
It's the thing is like when you're driving on windy, twisty roads, there's something to do, something to look at. If it's just a straight road, like an hour can feel like 6.
Yeah.
It's amazing how hard it is to stay awake, even if you've had like full 8 hours, you're not even tired, but you just drive on that straight road with the hum of the engine and nothing to do. Oh god.
It sounds like something you could just zone out to, though.
Yeah, well, you gotta be careful, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course the other thing is like if you live out there, you're away from a lot of civilization, so there's also issues as far as like there's nothing to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to go to the grocery store, 6 hours, you know. Obviously not 6 hours, but at least like an hour drive sometimes.
Yeah. That's not fun. That's
Yeah.
not fun. I get frustrated at having to walk like 15 minutes down the road. I'm like,
But-
15 minutes.
It takes us maybe an hour to walk to the store, do the store, and walk back.
Oh my god, stop.
It's so long, Patrick. I can't take it.
But when some of my elderly family members came over from Ireland to visit, they thought we could take the train from Michigan to go see Mount Rushmore, as if that was going to be a day trip.
Is that a no?
It was like, oh yeah, it was like try a week. It's going to take you a week to get over there.
Oh man. Yeah, like thinking of that, the bullet trains in Japan were super awesome.
Oh yeah.
Because we got from like Tokyo to Kyoto, which is like almost
Oh,
across the
yeah.
country in what, 2 hours or something.
So, yeah.
Jesus.
It's crazy.
Have you guys seen like the new one that whatever it is? What's his name? Elon Musk is working on, where it like you can reach those type of areas in like minutes now.
No, that's amazing. What?
It's all in a tube and basically it's like a vacuum tube, but they completely remove all friction. So you don't even feel like a lot of G-force, hardly at all, and it just shoots you at insane speeds.
That's
Awesome.
amazing.
Future
Yeah.
here we come.
You're basically in a cannon, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Cannon
So I mean,
travel.
thankfully it's in a vacuum tube, because I sure as hell hope nothing obstructs the train.
Yes.
Though it might be over before you know what's happening.
Jeez. That's pretty amazing.
Scary stuff.
Scary.
We're all living in the future.
I like
Yeah.
rice.
I'll
Rice
let you
is
talk
good.
about rice. I'm gonna pop to Baloo.
No, it's
Rice. What about
yeah,
rice?
Japanese rice is like, oh,
It's better.
it's super good. Yeah.
I mean, it's gotta be, right? Like,
It's like the staple over there. Like, I really genuinely enjoy to eat rice with every meal.
oh, do you not normally?
Eat rice with every meal? No, not really.
Oh, I mean, like, I thought you said enjoy eating rice.
Oh no, what I mean is like I look forward to the rice part of meals, and like you know how you would usually be like, yeah, the sauce and the meat and stuff. They do it really well.
Interesting.
So I really want to get a rice cooker now.
So you can get some imported.
Yeah, the particular grain of rice they use would be good.
Yeah, I wonder if it has a name or something.
I think it does. I don't know it yet. I was looking up how to cook it on like a hob, and it's evolved.
Oh.
So a lot of it is like preparing the rice. You have to like rinse it, dry it, and then soak it, and then cook it.
Interesting. Well, yeah, you want to definitely rinse it out. I didn't know about the drying part.
Yeah. I think it's generally just put it on the sieve and let it dry out. Well, not out, but like leave it for 15 minutes to dry and then soak it. But yeah, I would quite like to
That's awesome.
add more of that type of like cuisine to the stuff we're eating here.
Yeah.
It was fun. Oh, I'm not
Yeah,
becoming a weeb. Shut up.
I think like Japanese, Asian cooking is something that I'm least experienced in that, and I've definitely been interested in learning more about it.
Yeah, apparently they over flavor the kind of sauces and the meat and that go with the rice, so that the kind of the rice becomes a palate cleanser for them.
Yeah.
Which I thought, oh, okay, cool, because you're supposed to like eat a piece of like the meat or like something, and then some rice, and then back to the thing, and like alternate.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. We got kind of like a traditional meal set when we went to the hot springs and stayed there.
Oh yeah.
And it really helped me like become a little bit more adventurous with what I was trying, because I was like trying to stick to foods I'd recognized and stuff, and then they were like,
go to the Burger King in Tokyo.
Oh man, they went to McDonald's on one of the days in Kyoto, because we just like, oh, we'll just do that, and I'm like, oh, it feels like failing. But
I mean, it kind of is.
Yeah, we actually attempted a Denny's one of the evenings, and
not Denny's.
No, wait, it was nothing like Japanese Denny's is nothing like American Denny's, like nothing.
Okay, because like I've never understood Denny's as a place of food.
Yeah. No. Like, the Japanese Denny's India was just like, was so strange. Like
okay, well, how so?
Well, they did serve hamburger, but it was like, I don't know. What did we get at Denny's?
I just got like onion soup because I was like, I have sushi in my bag left over. So I'm just going to order something and then eat the sushi.
I forget what it was, but it was like tiny portions, and the hamburger came in like different types of sauces, and it was like...
Interesting.
They had loads of Japanese desserts as well. It was kind of like a clash of American and Japanese cooking.
Yeah. Denny's.
Yeah.
Aren't they the ones who had like that like Hobbit feast thing when the Hobbit movies were coming out?
Did they? Because that's awesome.
So. Well, yeah, it was like second breakfast or something like that. Here, let's see. Denny's. Yeah, Hobbit menu. Let's see here. That's what it was, right? They had like a yeah. I mean, this looks way better than their food actually is, but I'll just post it in the peg bar.
Yeah.
Look at all the bacon and eggs.
Let's see what they have. Whoa!
I think basmati is Indian rice, yeah.
I would be tempted by this.
What is it?
You know, those famous Hobbit pancakes that they have in the Hobbit.
Oh, awesome.
God, it looks like they've just like drizzled frosting on that toast.
Yeah, I think they may
Seed
have...
cake French toast. Okay, cute name. Pumpkin patch pancakes. Shire sausage. That sounds like a euphemism.
Would you like my Shire sausage?
Yeah, try yourself some Shire sausage.
The Shire size of it.
Jesus Christ. India, go home.
That was unexpectedly good.
I'm like laughing angry at that.
I'm so mad. It does look good though. I would. It's not really accurate to the Hobbit at all though.
Yeah. Like, or accurate to Denny's.
Yeah. Nope. Just give me a hunk of bread and some meat and cheese and wine, and that's kind of the Hobbit.
You guys have Tim Hortons up there at all, or no? Is that just Canadian?
No, never heard of it.
It's like Denny's, but better.
Huh.
Yeah. It's a step above Denny's. Just not a high bar to clear. Do you guys have Arby's?
Nope.
Oh, you lucky son of a gun.
We do have our own brand of terrible stuff though, which you'll discover when you come over.
Well, Arby's is a level of disgusting that it's gotten its own parody Twitter page called
Really?
Nihilist Arby's.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm finding it right now.
What do we have, Mike? What's that burger place called?
What did Jon Stewart say Arby's was? Oh, it's like a dare for your stomach.
That's pretty good.
Let's see here. We got anything? Yeah, here we go. Okay. Okay, so it says Papa John is a pathetic dipshit who will die terrified and alone. This has nothing to do with politics. We're all fucked. Enjoy Arby's.
Nice affirming message there from Arby's.
It's Halloween, and you've dressed up as an irrelevant automaton hurtling towards an eternal black culmination of your greatest fears. Eat Arby's.
Best adverts.
It's so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the things I saw in the Arby's window was, like, a big thing in, I don't know if this is around the world, but definitely in the States, is, like, putting bacon on everything.
Yeah.
And that was a real big trend, and Arby's went a step ahead and did bacon that was encrusted in sugar.
Uh-huh.
On roast beef sandwiches.
Oh! No!
Eat Arby's.
No! Like, I've got nothing against sweet bacon, really. But it kind of has to be in the right dish.
Yeah. Not on their nasty, soggy-ass sandwiches.
That sounds horrible.
I'm sorry, like, I have a thing against Arby's. Like, they have destroyed my intestines.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. We have a lot of places over here that you should probably avoid.
Yeah, what should I avoid if I come up to Ireland? Is there a place where I shouldn't take my girlfriend for, like, a good meal?
Ha! I think there are a couple of places, yeah. Claire would be a good person to ask because she's lived here a long time.
But she's working.
But personally, there's a place called O'Brien's, which sounds super Irish.
Well, yeah, it starts with an O and ends with a Brian.
Exactly. That's all you need.
Yeah.
And it like plays to being super traditional, but it's actually like the food there I've never found is very good.
It's actually what you broke up there.
The food's not actually very good there at all. Like, it plays to being this very traditional place, but it's just a massive company that makes not very good sandwiches. So
we have a pretty big conglomerate with a Irish name too. I think it's called McDonald's.
Yeah. there's a Muck over here as well. What is it? Mac something.
I don't know.
McDonald's.
We have that.
They have
too.
the Big Mac. We have the Big Mick.
We have one which is like Max or something, and it's awful. Never go. You'll find they sit alongside McDonald's. You'll recognise them. You'll know not to go in there.
Oh, Eddie Rockets.
Eddie Rockets is an imitation.
Eddie Rockets? That sounds like a Planet Hollywood type deal.
Yeah, it's an imitation American diner. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah?
They're
it's
okay.
nice food, but they're horrible for you. You know, they put fat in everything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Noah's going on about Five Guys, and Moon's talking about eating haggis all day, every day.
Five Guys is meant to be really good, but I've never been.
They're okay. I think they're alright.
It's pretty good.
Five Guys is probably a place to go.
This might surprise you, but I
Five
would
Guys
actually...
is weird because they always have a big thing of peanuts just sitting out for people to eat.
What?
Yeah, like you walk in and there's like the queue to go up and order your food, and next to it is a bunch of open like crates filled to the brim with peanuts, and you're just supposed to grab a handful, take it to your table, and then you crack them, eat them, and just brush the shells onto the floor.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant unshelled peanuts.
No,
I was like, who would just
that's
grab...
so grimy.
Yeah. Well, that's alright. I've never been in one.
They're okay. I mean, like, I'm in Austin though, which is in Texas, and it's the city in Texas known for burgers. So,
Oh man.
like, I've been spoiled when it comes to burgers, so
That sounds amazing.
yeah. I can't remember the last time I ate at McDonald's since moving here. I don't think I have.
Good. That's it.
But yeah, let's see. So don't go to O'Brien's.
Mhm.
Don't go to
Max something. Supermax. That's it. Supermax.
Supermax.
Yeah, Supermax.
That sounds like a market.
It's awful. It's
I've not heard of that.
yeah. Super MACS. Supermax. It's awful.
Supermax.
Don't do it.
This is a thing that I learned later on in life. Apparently, you shouldn't call someone a tinker.
Oh right. Hi,
That's a
yes.
thing, apparently.
It is a
Which is
thing.
funny because like I used to listen to Clancy Brothers, and they would say it left and right.
Yeah. And we didn't know, but we got called up on it. In one of the body streams, I think, because to me, a tinker means something entirely different, but apparently, in Ireland, it means a gypsy or something, which is an incorrect way to say it now, because it's offensive. So
Yeah.
we didn't even realise, but apparently that's definitely a thing over here.
The more you know.
What can you call people who kind of wander now? I'm sure there's
Traveling people, I guess.
yeah something like that.
Pikeys?
No.
No.
No, not that one. Okay.
I think traveler is probably just.
Hobos?
Yeah, we always thought a tinker was someone who just kind of sold bits and bobs.
Hobos always, like, for me, sound like they're riding on the back of a caboose, though, you know,
Yeah.
sharing stories over a harmonica.
Yeah, I always kind of like the word hobo.
Yeah.
You know? But
Patton Oswalt's got a wonderful skit about hobo songs in his book. I think it's called Zombie Spaceship Wasteland.
aha,
And he's got this whole thing on hobo songs, and they're amazing.
that's cool. Yeah, apparently nomads is a
Nomads?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is what we should say.
Interesting.
Nomads definitely sounds cool.
Yeah. Nomads is cool.
It's a shame. I always kind of, even though it's offensive now, the word gypsy to me just evokes this like amazing romantic image of
Oh, so you
people
can't,
traveling.
you don't say gypsy either.
Nope, apparently not.
Okay.
But like I always loved that word because it evoked kind of adventure and this kind of romance to me. But I guess it's offensive to people, so
Yeah.
yeah, fair enough.
Bare naked lady has beautiful hair, says Noah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is she gonna have a skirt?
The reference I was using had a skirt, so possibly.
You could do like a see-through like dress or something.
It could be cool, yeah.
All sorts of ideas.
Adding clothing though might be derivative of the brand.
Well, don't want to do that.
Don't want to compromise your brand.
My brand.
My brand, no.
You guys do know that, right?
No.
Oh, you don't know that?
What is
Hold
it?
on. Yes, I'm gonna find it for you.
Wow.
Wow. Oh man, I don't know if you guys have on the.
All right,
Dutch
we'll do the original one first.
Okay.
Original. This is more all-encompassing than I thought it was going to be.
And I'm gonna put it in the peg bar. Enjoy,
Thank you.
I'll take a
and then I will get
picture
you
of
the better one.
my brand.
Okay. Let's see. enjoy, guys. I'm putting the volume up so everyone should be able to hear it.
1-800 contacts. You can't have my brand. I have special eyes. Look with your special eyes. My brand. Quality contact lenses.
My brand!
My bra. And then here's what turned it into a meme.
Oh gosh.
What? Okay.
Your contact lens.
I'm just giggling.
Your contact lenses just arrived.
1-800 contacts. You can't have my brand. I have special eyes.
Look with your special eyes.
My brand.
Facial animation is the best.
My brand.
My brand. Oh
My
man.
brand.
Yay! Oh, brilliant. That's awesome.
I'm so glad I got to introduce you guys to my brand.
Give that a thumbs up. I wish you could favourite things on YouTube. So you can add it to something.
Wait, you can't favorite things on YouTube?
I don't think so. Can you just like them and then
Oh, is that like the new
you
favorites?
can add it to a playlist?
I
Add
think
it
you
to-
can like heart a comment.
Because I have an old favorites playlist. Yeah, you just do add
Yeah.
to list and favorites.
Cool. I have it now.
Mm-mm.
Now it is mine.
Yeah, that's an old one, but a goodie.
Yeah. Something so wonderful about derped animation.
Oh, hey, Andrea.
Oh, hello.
Not you!
Oh, well, I was saying hello to Andrea.
Alright, I thought you were being Andrea.
No. Yes, I am Andrea.
Hello!
This is how I get into movies and stuff. I don't buy a ticket. I just impersonate people very effectively. Hello, I'm Andrea.
Also, we have a Grog saying classic meme here, but I believe Grog made a comment. They met us at the Lakes Comic Con and
Hey!
said they wanted to get into animation. So, hello.
That is
Oh, nice.
awesome! Hello! Welcome! Yeah, I met a couple of people at the lakes who said they wanted to get into animation, which is really cool.
Yes.
If you want to get into animation, you should also follow Patrick's stream
Hmm?
account
What?
at Staccato. And also check out his Patreon.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because he's making his own film called My Dad.
Andrew's like, God, what did I get on the stream?
And it's awesome.
Thank you.
Yes, it's true.
All the plugs.
Mm-hmm. Take all my plugs.
That sounds vaguely threatening.
Take the plugs!
I didn't want the plugs. Take the plugs.
Have them! What was the thing? Don't look at the pie.
Eat
or
my
something
pie.
like- Eat my pie.
What?
Oh no, wait, it's look at my pie.
Look at my...
Look at my pie. I don't want to look at your pie. Look at the
Look at the
pie.
pie!
Look at it. Didn't the McElroy brothers have something about that?
Maybe.
It was like a joke about someone was talking about like some sort of like horse race thing, and like they just kept adjusting the hypothetical question until the horse eventually just became limbless, and they nicknamed it Torsi the Torso Horse. And they're Torsi the Torso Horse, touch him and your wishes come true. He's like, it's like, go touch Torsi. I don't want to touch Torsi.
That's awesome.
It's like, come on, I can feel it. Daddy needs a win. Go touch Torsi.
That's amazing.
No, Daddy, don't make me do it.
I don't want to touch it. Touch Torsi.
I want to touch Torsi.
It's the most terrifying thing.
Why the hell does Fiker sound profane? I don't know. Fiker sounds like, I don't know, like something between, like it's similar to biker and hiker, but it starts with a f. So I don't know. Fiker.
Ooh.
Some sort of traveling person is a fiker.
Oh, right. Fiker.
Yeah.
Grove.
Fiker Grove. Ooh, Fiker.
Are you familiar with Biker Grove, Patrick?
With what now?
Biker Grove.
Biker Grove? No.
You know.
Okay, so that's what I was playing off of. There was a like,
Oh, okay. I thought you were like doing a Pokemon reference or something. Like, there's a Pokemon called Fiker, and you're like, Fiker Grove.
No, it's Biker Grove. It's like a really old, rubbish TV show that used to be on. It was
Oh.
like kids TV, but
That's something I gotta get used to, is using the word rubbish.
rubbish.
Rubbish. Yeah.
It's a fun word.
Well, as opposed to like trash or garbage or something.
Rubbish.
Do you guys say like insane as much? Like that's a big thing in America. Is like, oh, that was insane.
Only a little bit.
sometimes.
I say crazy a lot.
Crazy.
Crazy.
I love deadly. I want that to become a thing in the States.
Yeah, that's totally a thing here. You'll hear so many people say it.
Deadly and brutal, like those, and you have to say it like that way, I guess. But, yeah, those two are like really enjoyable.
Yeah, I'd never heard deadly before I came to Ireland, and then everyone was saying it all the time.
A fic is like a fig in Norse. That sounds right.
Huh. Eat your figs.
Is that how you spells it? Is it fig? Do you guys ever watch Metalocalypse?
Yeah, I feel like I
A
have.
little bit.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, Squiscar and Toki. They're flipping hilarious. That one episode where they couldn't say the word hovercraft.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh,
Oh,
that's like a running gag, is the fact that like they're so Scandinavian that they can't pronounce certain words. He's like, what is this place? I think it's called the food libraries. And they're like, food library, food. Like, the other guy just chimes in, it's called a grocery store, you douchebags. Which is, that's, what was his name? Pickles. He's from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah. Just a funny way of saying Wisconsin. That's where all the cheeseheads live.
Cheeseheads.
What?
They
Yeah.
sound delicious.
They are decidedly not.
Oh.
It's a person. So if you're in the Midwest, everyone has a nickname. If you're from Wisconsin, you're a cheesehead. If you're from Indiana, you're a Hoosier. If you're from Ohio, you're a Buckeye, or as we like to call them, assholes. And then if you're in Michigan, there's two types of people. You got your trolls, which are who live in the lower peninsula because it's below the bridge. And then you have your Yoopers, who are in the upper peninsula, or as they call it, the UP. The more often than not, they like to call it the superior state. And then on rare occasions, you'll meet someone who's from actual Mackinac, and they're called a fudgy.
Why are all these words so fun to say?
Because they're all Americanized Finnish and like Swedish immigrants. So that's where you get that Midwestern, oh yeah.
It sounds like
From.
the kind of thing I probably shouldn't say, and yet all these words are so much fun to say.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, I mean, if, let's see. If you're visiting the UP, you're called a fudge sucker. If you're from the UP, you're a Youper, and if you were born in the lower peninsula, but then live in the UP, decide to live up there, you're called a trooper. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's other terms I know. So you got your Hoosiers, you got your Buckeyes, you got your Cheeseheads. Another term for someone who's visiting is called a trunk slammer. That's another one.
Okay, I can see where that one comes from.
Yeah. So yeah, there's all sorts of fun Midwestern terms for things, or tings, as they might say, or like a duh.
Yeah.
Like everything becomes duh. So so what are you doing over there becomes what are you doing over there?
over there.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I said what was it? I was recording a bit of audio to describe what I'd been doing, and I started it with "Hello there," and India hasn't let it go.
No.
'Cause I didn't mean to say it. I was like, "Hello there, hello there." She's like, "What?" Like she's in the background, supposed to be quiet while I'm making this recording. She's just like,
Now every video we record starts with, "Well, hello there."
How you doing?
How you doing there?
Yeah, oh, you store that away for a rainy day, why don't you?
She is great.
So they're a weird breed. But yeah, do you guys ever? So you don't live in Dublin. You said you lived in.
we live in Dublin.
Yeah, it's
just
still like
in like the area is called Glasnevin.
Oh, okay.
it's kind of towards the outskirts of Dublin, I guess.
The Dublout. It's outside
Yes.
of Dublin.
Are you Dublin or Dublout?
Dublout. Oh God, what does that sound like? Dublout.
Dublout.
The way you said that, it had a very distinct sound to it. I don't know where that region would be from, though.
Are you a Dubliner or a Dubloser?
You say a doubloon, like a pirate?
Oh, doubloon. Why is Dublin currency not doubloons?
Because
I
they
don't know,
joined
it
the
should be.
European Union.
Oh, you guys went to Canada. Did you have to pay for things with loonies and toonies?
No.
Aww.
Aw.
I want to pay with loonies and toonies. That sounds amazing.
That's what the $1 and $2 coins are called.
That's awesome.
Called a loony because it has a loon on it, and it's called a toonie because it's worth $2.
That's so good.
We must have then,
Yes.
but we didn't know.
We just didn't know what they were called.
We bought shoes.
We did, because every single holiday we go on, Mike's shoes become destroyed and have holes in them, and we have to buy new shoes.
That's true.
If you ever need a really good winter coat, Canada's the place to get it.
Yeah.
That might be where you got your green coat from. No, wait,
No.
you bought it for going to Canada.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm going to need a coat.
Moon says if you're from the Northwest, then foreigners are called, just say Chichacos?
Chichacos.
Am I saying that right?
Chichacos?
Chichacos.
Chichacos.
Do you say it with like a Spanish accent? Chichacos? Or is it Chichacos? I don't know.
That's fun. I like
Or is it Shishacos?
Chichacos.
Oh, that's what she
sounds-
does. Shishacos.
Chichacos.
That sounds like it could be a really annoying jingle in like a commercial.
It does a bit actually. It
Yeah.
sounds like a really good finger food.
It's like the thing that's going to replace the Macarena.
Oh no.
I kept singing, because there was two different types of dish that India got while she was in Japan. There was takoyaki, and there's okonomiyaki. And I just kept singing, takoyaki, okonomiyaki, takoyaki.
And their reaction to this was.
I didn't get any direct, but it was just me sort of walking along the streets, just being like, takoyaki, okonomiyaki.
God damn, I love okonomiyaki so much. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Means newcomer. It's from trade language Chinukwawa.
Oh, okay.
The first part is pronounced chi. Okay. Yeah, in Michigan, there's a lot of Native American names of places that you kind of have to. If you don't grow up there, you're not going to be able to pronounce it properly.
Yeah.
Like Ypsilanti or Mackinac. Mackinac is spelled Mackinac, but it's pronounced Mackinac.
Oh man.
And stuff like that. There's a lot of those. I mean, actually, most American state and town names are, if it's not like, Billsburg or something, it's probably Native American, Chicago, Michigan, Kansas,
Yeah.
India.
Now that you mention
Tennessee, Kentucky. Yeah, they're all Native American names.
So, part of the duck thread had.
There's a thread?
On Twitter, oh yeah, there is
Mike
lots.
made it.
Oh, okay.
One of the tweets was Duck found best art books in Mandarake, and the official Mandarake Twitter just
Retweeted it.
they just replied to it.
Oh
saying,
no.
That's what you call a duck hunt.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
that's awesome.
But I was like, holy shit. Official twits. I should follow
Mandarake are the
them.
place with the amazing art and animation books. Made me so happy.
What's that?
Mandarake are the place with the amazing art and animation books.
Oh.
Yeah, they're so good.
The Mandarake International Shop official account. They need more followers. How does not know more people not know?
I'm animating a 20-sided die right now. That's kind of cool.
Oh my gosh, that must be hard.
I mean, yeah, a little bit, but it's okay.
How would you handle something like that? Would you animate just the rough shape first?
Yeah, I mean, you just you do a lot of place and trace.
Yeah.
You have to do a lot of planning on it, a lot of point A, point B, and then figuring out the middle ground.
Yeah. So have you done your key with the rotation of the dice? Or are
What's
you,
that?
Have you done your keys with the rotation of the dice already figured out?
Yeah, it's pretty much done now.
Okay.
So I'm very happy about that.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, what's happening here? Okay, there we go. Let's just make sure I save that. Don't like what my computer just did.
How's it going for you?
I'm on the last shot. So it's coming along bit by bit. Just gotta add some certain types of effects to it.
What are you working on right now? Because 20-sided dice, that's very, like, RPG.
I'm working on something really cool and really NDA'd.
Gotcha, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I wish I could talk more about it.
We'll see
I
it.
want to.
We'll see it eventually.
Yeah. Okay, so these are... How goes your animation, by the way? Look at these frames you're doing. Those are really strong poses.
Thanks. I'm gonna go with these keys for now. And then I might have to adjust them. Depending on like whether I've drawn stuff in the wrong place.
Gotcha.
And how the movement goes. But for now I'm okay to kind of try and do something with them. Yeah, I might call it in a sec actually and go and check out what's happening in the Nightwolf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Got some stuff going on over there. I'm glad you guys liked the GIFs.
Yeah, they're amazing.
All that crazy effects work I did. Oof.
Yeah,
It's always fun to look back at it, though. You know, after the arduous work is done.
Yeah. It looks kind of fun though too, because I'm assuming there's quite a lot of straight ahead in there as well as your.
Oh my god. Are you? What's this about UK road maps and seeing place names like Wet Wang and Ram's Bottom?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing. Especially in the countryside. Ram's Bottom is definitely a place.
Ram's Bottom.
I mean, I'm from Oldham.
Oldham?
Yeah. That's where I was born.
Next to Thank God We Salted It.
Yep.
You're
Did I get you? Did I get you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I heard him laugh, then I heard him go, ugh.
Ugh.
Oh, mercy.
Oh yeah. I'm probably gonna head off.
Good call.
Alrighty.
It's been cool trying though. I'm gonna go and check out what's happening with Nightwolf.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Check out that
excited.
Night Wolf.
Yes.
Easy wolf of the night.
Are you gonna be streaming anytime today or?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. Today is Monday, so I'll probably be streaming today.
Who knows days anymore?
Yeah, keep an eye out for Tuesday though. I'll be uploading my Patreon stuff. Got a lot of hair done this
Cool.
time.
Cool.
So figuring out what to actually talk about.
Hair.
I mean, after a while you start running out of ideas.
I mean, what
I'll
you were
figure
saying to
something
us about
Hmm?
how fire effects and hair are quite similar, or you following the mass of the hair was pretty cool. You could
Well, thank
write
you.
something about that. Yes. Anyway, you ready to head off, Mike?
I'm ready.
Your bear's looking amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real nice.
Thanks.
Ooh. All right. Yes. So we'll catch you soon. We'll be online all day
absolutely.
today. So.
Okay, I'll probably finish this stuff up, get people situated at Powerhouse, and then I'm going to go home and sleep.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much for coming out, and it's been a blast talking to you guys.
Oh yeah, thanks for coming and hanging
same
with
to
us
you.
and chatting. That's been really cool.
Anytime.
Yeah, it's so good to be back. Oh,
Thanks also everyone watching and for your commentary.
yes. I hope that you all have a really good day and your projects all go really well. We'll be back same time tomorrow.
7 a.m.
That's the time.
Oh, Jesus.
Yay! Alright, see you guys.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Patrick. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow.
May your days be filled.
What adventure! We should get Patrick to join in on that.
Patrick,
Wait, what?
do you want to shout
What?
adventure with us?
It's our sign out.
Oh,
It's what we always
Okay.
do.
Mm.
It's tradition.
Yeah.
all right. Let me get my adventuring voice.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. May your days be filled with adventure.
Adventure!